Well, we'll dive in here. So, previously in Eridon, after your interactions with King Zavar, the supreme leader of New Durast, Talon Moira took you all back below Lux Monastery. She allowed you to rest as she planned in her lab, and in the morning, she came to approach Jiri to analyze his mind with Toby and Rome's assistance. She helped provide insight that the various personas contained within his mind were no more than roles or what Jiri has started to call memory forms of what he inhabited at some point as a changeling. Eventually, in his imprisonment under the form of Jax, his binding with the hex metal somehow fractured Jiri's mind irreparably, causing the persona Jiri to manifest while the other memory forms became compartmentalized, separate from each other, almost like they were different beings entirely. Moira took this knowledge and decided she must wipe Jiri's mind fully, ridding him of those pesky memories that hold him back. Between this effort and then theoretically upgrading the hex metal, she intends to facilitate a more compatible binding between them so that she might further her arcane knowledge. She then enacted two deals with Telperion and Roulette that granted power and knowledge, respectively, before she went back to her lab and disapparated away to collect some tools and supplies for tonight's pending experimentation on Jiri. But you all have decided that you cannot sit by and allow your friend's mind to be removed from him. So you've begun your escape from the cellar. You were able to retrieve your things from Moira's lab, and Roulette has just started to engage with the enemy down the hall.
I did what?
You're getting married.
And as I move us to this screen, I believe Roulette, the Reaver, and the Sphere have already rolled initiative, but I would like everyone else to roll initiative at this time.
Advantage. I missed it.
Advantage with a nat 20. First time back with your shield. That's great.
What did he get for a nat 20?
He gets advantage on his first.
Oh, advantage on first attack. Yeah.
For all those classic attacks Toby takes.
Oh, guiding bolt.
They're infrequent, but they sometimes can pack a punch. All right, looks like we got you guys in here. Jiri is contained within the locket, so we'll see how that plays out.
Chris, could you repeat that?
Yeah, I was just saying Jiri's in the locket, so we'll see how that affects the process here.
What's the in-world date?
The in-world date is...
We're talking. He's ending a sentence.
No, I lost it.
No.
Gone forever.
What about IV?
I thought it was mentioned in the previous intro, but I'm not seeing it in my notes here.
In 86, I don't have it either.
Okay. Well, I will track that down maybe during today's break.
Session 85, when Zavar came, Lordas 5th of Sun's Dawn.
No, that's not
15th of Sun's Dawn.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the month. We're basically middle of February. So I will confirm whether it's 15th. It's probably the 16th, but I'll confirm that. Okay. You all hear/see if the door to her lab is open. Roulette starting to engage down the hall. Toby, it's your turn, but Telperion, thinking quick on your feet in a tactical sense, you do have the opportunity to make an adjustment to initiative.
What is this? Did something happen in Roll20?
Yeah, they updated.
Yeah, they updated the interface a bit. Yeah.
The Reaver, and the Ball rolled initiative. The Reaver and the Ball got to go. I did not get to go.
Did you not go yet? Then you take your turn here, and then we'll trigger initiative. But you can absolutely take your turn here.
Is the door open? Because I remember that was the last thing that happened.
That's a good question, and I didn't check the history of the session. Did we leave the lab door open, or was it shut?
I forget the order of events. Never mind. We'll just move forward with what's there. I might die, but it's fine.
I think you guys shut the door.
I
I'm
think
gonna
the door is
say,
shut.
based on
I
the
was-
fact that you all have runestone keys, you may have been availed of the knowledge that roulette has started to engage as the door was automatically closing. So you guys know you can open it as an interaction on your turn with your keys. But we'll say for this split second, it's closed.
Topirian, put yourself after me once we get there.
But we'll tackle that after roulette's turn. Roulette, what are you doing?
Oh, I am gonna go. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna go, and then we'll start from top of initiative.
This is a very long hallway, I've realized.
Is it 100 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, howdy.
On the dash.
Sure. Then I hallway's 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to rip the scarf that I hastily tied around my neck off my neck, and I'm gonna slap it on the wall. And the hole will form on the wall.
The portable hole will appear on the wall. Okay.
So like in the space behind me ish,
Okay.
like right there. And I am like I'm up still on the top half of the thing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna have Daisy pop out of the hole because I threw all of my belongings in the hole, including my little Daisy. And she's gonna pop out and take a swing at this guy.
Okay. So, sort of object interaction, toss the hole, or does it require an action?
I think it's
for
an.
the
I
portable?
believe it's an action, which is what
Okay.
I was doing.
Okay, I think that's more appropriate. I'm curious what's written in the language of the thing. But okay, action to apply it to the wall. It sort of magically adheres to that surface and allows you to reach in and look at
It is
your
an action.
things if you wish. But you command Daisy as a bonus action to hop out. Daisy is behind you. Is it going to be able to reach? Oh, but you're on the ceiling. Yes.
I'm like crouched on the ceiling in a weird way, so I'm gonna have her pop out and then take a quick swing.
Okay, I'm gonna shift you here and Daisy here so that we can just keep track of that. But Daisy will be able to move forward and take a swing. 19 against the Reaver. No reactions he can defend himself with, but so you will absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
So it's 1d8 plus 4 force to him. Oh, love to see that.
Good damage.
And then
As he takes the damage, you will see the Reaver grunt in frustration, and in retaliation will use his reaction to make one attack against Daisy.
got it.
21 to hit Daisy, which I think will hit for 14 slashing damage.
She'll take that 14. And in the back and forth, Daisy does like a firebending thing and force sends some healing straight up at me as she like takes that damage and gives me 2d6 healing.
Okay.
I'll take 7 healing.
7 healing to you.
She takes
from
14.
Damage
End of my turn. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as Roulette has begun to engage,
I'm going.
stone door slides closed, and you guys are going to have to move through it on your turn. It would functionally be Toby Rama's turn unless Telperian's going to make an adjustment here.
I'll go after him.
You'll go after Toby?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Toby, your turn.
All right, I'll run up and use a topaz to open the door.
Okay, free object interaction.
And then
We'll slide.
That's 5. Let's go.
It'll stay open for this round, so not every person needs to do that on their turn.
I will have Daisy duck back into the hole, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, that can be arranged. We'll
I am.
hold her right off here. You guys, you might lose visibility if she's in the wall.
I can
but,
find her though. Thank you.
All right, Toby, you rush through the door.
This is 60 feet for me. Is that
Mhm.
targeting anyone? I can't. The shadows of the map are not letting me see down the hallway.
Let me see.
Nope, that's just shy of me.
And then
Yeah, no, your shadows are correctly showing. Even with dark vision, you're only able to see in this dimly lit hallway that far. So you can hear the sound and maybe a flash of movement further off as roulette is just beyond your visible distance, but you can't see what's at the end of this dark hallway.
I didn't realize they were that far down.
Do we grab dark vision?
That's touch. That's that. That's that. Okay. Dang. I thought I'd be able to do that this turn. And can I see roulette? I cannot see roulette.
You kind of know she's just beyond your sight based on what you're hearing going on, but you cannot see her.
Dang, dude, all my shit is 60 feet.
Yeah, but you rush into the hallway, can't quite see. What are you doing?
I will get a spell slot back as bonus action. And then I'll
Okay.
dash to go further.
Okay, you are welcome to go further. And as you do, Roulette, the Reaver, and a dull glow just around the corner is shown as you recognize the coloration of one of those spheres just around the corner.
And I'll call out to Shaggy if the hole is open to unravel himself and help.
Okay. Telperion, you go while I look up a thing.
To start, I'm gonna move 40 feet forward. I have Long Strider on me.
Very nice.
I'd have a movement flying. Can I fly over Toby?
If there's movement, if you have the functionality to fly, yes, there is an unoccupied space above Toby based on the height of this hallway.
Okay. The most I could get is here. Well, actually, no, I have 80 movement. You're there, though, so I can't even hit.
You could fly under me.
And then over him, I don't feel like I can maneuver that.
Well, you could just get in Roulette's space on the ground. She's on the ceiling.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to give myself a fly speed. So I can move 80 feet.
Okay.
I can move 40 feet more than what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to dash. But I will share that same space with Roulette then.
Okay.
And be underneath.
So you are functionally under Roulette. I'm gonna space you guys out just a tiny bit. Jiri, go ahead and roll initiative for the Pegasus, and I'll add Shaggy to the mix. And then Telperion. So you bust out of the door, zoom under Toby Rama or over Toby Rama under Roulette, zooming toward this Reaver using.
Yeah, so Telperion gets his last latch done, and then with the door burst open, and he's got his his Yakuta, and he just that's what it's called, Yukata, and he just bursts through. And he's got his sword in hand, and he's got eyes on this Reaver, and he weaves over Toby under Roulette, and he's ready to hit this guy in a minute. But that's all that I have on my turn.
Okay. That is on that layer. I'm going to add turn conveniently at Jiri's turn.
With my object interaction, I will get the Horn of the Alicorn like ready to go here on my hip.
Okay, perfect. That will do it for your turn.
Yee.
It will be the Infernal Sphere's turn. Roulette, you had dropped concentration, yes, so you're visible once again.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe. You know what? The sphere is going to crawl up the wall
Incredible.
and sideways go around and up on top of the Reaver's space as well. And will target you, Roulette. And as you see its core charge up and brighten, almost dimming around it to brighten toward the core center, you see once again this cannon little eject from a central breastplate of these two sliding plates that provide a seam, and a torrent of fire emerges. Please make a dex saving throw.
Certainly.
Toby Rama and Telperion are on ground level, so they're not going to get hit by this.
Do I
15?
remember, before you say anything, do I remember, like, how much dexterity do I need to have to avoid getting hit by the brunt of this?
I think you know you're currently moving more dexterously than you did last time.
To my back. Okay, perfect. Amazing.
And so you will take half of this. Wow, bad roll. So you will dodge most of the flames and take only 2 fire damage. However, for the first time now since you felt its arrival, you feel that like searing brand over your heart ignite. And an additional 4 fire damage immediately shocks your system as you took damage. And the brand continues to sear a bit. That will be the sphere's turn, just currently perched upside down on the wall as if a spider, and will remain there. Rome, it is your turn.
Absolute chicken fight happening right now.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna call to Shaggy and beckon him to carry me further than 30 feet.
Okay. Shaggy, having entered initiative on Toby Rama's turn due to his call, Shaggy will attempt to move out into the hallway from the portable hole where he was stored. However, his movement is halved because he's currently trying to squeeze through a space too small for him in his creature size. So I think he'll only be able to get 40 feet.
Can he just go as like hot dog rolled up, Shaggy?
It's hard for him to utilize his full flight while partially coiled, but that's kind of what's happening here, but it's causing some of the slowness. But he is trying to reach his way to you, Rome. But I'll say, now that he's begun to move there, I'll hand all control over to Tim, who can pilot Shaggy for the rest of the combat. Is Shaggy going to dash to Rome or allow Rome to try and get to him?
Because I'm gonna move 30 feet, my 30 feet. So that's as far as I can get.
Yeah, Shaggy will dash to Rome.
You have to use 15 feet because it's going to take half your movement to get on him.
Yeah, so save 15 feet. Shaggy dash to you, pick you up, and then keep going.
Perfect. So he'll be able to move another 25 feet by the time Rome gets to him. Rome, you can use the remaining bit of your movement to mount Shaggy, and you are now riding a partially coiled up carpet, and Shaggy will, with you on tow, start to make its way back toward the fray.
So how much more speed does he have, or movement?
I think that used it all. I went 15 feet back the other way after the 25 to pick Rome up during the dash.
He's got he should have 180 feet of movement total.
Oh, that's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he's halved movement, so he moved the 90 he could. He went all the way out of the portable hole, all the way down the hallway, picked her up, and now is moving back. That's the 90. While he's in this hallway, he is half movement.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, I'm going to. This is where the Reaper is, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him. Second. Cut it out.
As long as you can see him. Can you see him? It looks like you cannot make visual on the Reaver. And you guys are also muted. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Grip's barking. No, I cannot see. I cannot technically see him on the screen.
Right.
So I guess
Yeah.
could I ready my action to cast Hold Person if he moves towards me and I can see him? Like, is that
That you
possible?
would waste a spell slot for the entire round. Because if
Oh,
it goes
no.
back to your turn and you haven't cast a spell, it's gone.
All right.
That's correct.
What
But
level- what level's Hold Person?
risk it if you think that's likely to happen.
There's no way for him to move forward because there's people. And can she see that there are other
There
people?
is. No.
I think she can tell that fighting is happening just outside of her vision. There's like blurs of motion down there. You just can't see enough detail to target.
All right.
Me and Toby are just using our turns to move, so if you can't do much, it's no big deal.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to.
Can you use your action at all for anything else, though? Any other prep spells?
I guess could I cast invisibility? I mean,
Well,
I guess
if
cast
she-
invisibility on myself, then
Would that make Shaggy
And
invisible
Shaggy-
too?
I think
no,
since
but,
it's
like,
not
that's
her
the third
conjured
level.
mount, I'm gonna say no, because that is specifically a unique bond between the conjurer and the pet.
If you cast it at 3rd level, you can do it on Shaggy though too.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's
that's
100% true. Yeah.
all right. I'm casting invisibility on myself and Shaggy.
Oh boy.
Okay. You both disappear. I will give you guys a little icon to remind me of that.
Excellent. I'm glad
But
that we
you
worked
can't
that out.
attack now, or else we're uninvisible again.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, I will be attacking. I'm gonna swoop.
from invisibility.
Shaggy will stay invisible if
Right.
attacked.
That's
Oh, that's
true.
true. Shaggy will stay invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
and
call.
Rome can just be this flying, floating mythology.
Incredible.
launching
Incredible.
spells. All right, will that do it for Rome's turn for now?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. It will be the Reaver's turn. An infernal sphere above him, 2 enemies in front of him. I think he'll just start swinging his great axe around, knowing that Roulette has been injured by the sphere sufficiently so far. I think he's going to focus on Telperion for these first 2 strikes. Great axe attack coming your way, Telperion.
All right, my AC is 19.
Very nice. First strike,
Oh,
Fucking Christ.
29.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. As it hits,
Oh, fuck.
you feel the sting of your brand
Right.
activate. And it deals to you an additional 5 fire damage.
How long is this witch going to plague us?
So 17 total damage on that first strike. And then he comes back around for second.
Fucking Christ.
I'm not within 30 feet of you, sorry.
Uh,
I'm going to. How much damage is that?
28
it looks like at
plus
this
some
time,
stuff.
28 currently. 28 slashing from the Great Axe.
We're gonna Sylvie Bob's this. So he's
Okay.
getting a spike of psionics, and like for a second, like this like psychic pressure, just like almost like makes like a negative light real quick, and he just like I kind of like this pain headaches hits him, and I just like flash out of his line of operation.
Okay, he will re-roll that attempt.
I'm gonna give myself that inspiration.
Jeez, 18, 19,
It is still a critical because of his brutality feature, allowing 18, 19, and 20 to be a crit,
Awesome.
which has never mattered from the stat block until now.
Well, that was a good spell slot then.
So with the
An
14
advantage.
slashing damage, we're just gonna roll. Well, and he does
Extra
not have
D12.
the brutal critical, so it's just 1 additional d12 I'll roll.
1. Holy shit.
9, so 23 slashing damage, which is a little less than the previous roll. However, upon receiving that damage, you feel your brand activate once more over your chest. Whether or not you're putting it together, this brand is clearly dealing additional damage every time you receive damage, but
Right.
only 1 fire damage this time. I think that'll do it for the Reaver's turn for now.
Literally just did half my damage life.
I was expecting it to be more than half. That was a lot.
Roulette, it is your turn.
Do I go next? I see there's a 12 and a 12. I don't know what the dealio is.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't auto sort. Apologies for that. Yeah, Jiri Jiri, you're seeing through Telperian's point of view getting attacked, or Toby's, who has the pendant, Toby. So you're seeing the hallway scene happen in front of you, but as Shaggy, you are welcome to take your turn. And we'll say from this point onward, Rome no longer has control of the mount's actions, but she's welcome to guide you. But you're in full control now of Shaggy on your turn.
All right, we will just move up and get as close as we can to everybody else.
Okay. Okay.
Toby, duck.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
able to slowly coil its way through the hallway and over Toby, and with its very high amount of movement speed, I think it is able to get all the way to the rest of you, but it's difficult in doing so just with the cramped environment here.
We'll dash as its action to, if need be. I don't know. Requiring a dash to get that far.
I don't think it actually would. You guys were within 90 feet,
I think
so it could have just made the 90 feet.
And then I don't know. I'll provide the help action to Rome. I don't know what that's gonna do, but
Okay.
I will just assist in any way I can.
Okay, perfect. Trying to at least sort of facilitate her movement on top of you, or
maybe I'll like raise her up so she has like a higher viewpoint.
better line of sight. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm above.
Anything from Jiri within the necklace?
Jiri will whimper a little bit, cry a little bit. That's about it.
Okay.
Can't do anything.
Yes, that's the only other thing I took. Yeah.
Okay, now Roulette. Sorry about that. It is your turn. Daisy might have the opportunity to squeeze through the hole, but there's quite a bit of commotion now here surrounding your space.
No, I'll get to Daisy in a second. I will, because I don't have arcane weapon. Actually, yeah, I'll just do this. Cure Wounds is first level, so I can save that. Yeah, I am going to bonus action cast Branding Smite, which I hardly ever do. So my my flail goes super bright, even more bright than it normally is. And I'm gonna just take 2 little bonk attacks down at the Reaver. I'm essentially pressing the button, and it's just launching like the little ice cream cone toy.
Jeez.
Perfect. Yes.
And I'm just gonna swing down.
And then tape measuring back, and then doing it again.
Literally, yes, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Straight roll. Go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
First attack. 24.
Definitely is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so that does 1d8 plus 5. Plus where the hell is it? Plus 2d6 radiant. I don't know why that rolled 4, but I think it's no, it just did the 2d6. And then on top of it, I want to make sure I can still hit him. Once per turn, when you hit a target with it, you can choose to either deliver. Yeah. It'll go, like I'll press another button and it'll just go even further into his chest to deal another 2d6 force damage to him.
Okay. And you're tracking your charges.
I used 2 so far.
Perfect. An additional 6 points of damage to him.
That's my first attack.
Yeah, healthy swing.
Second attack.
Will also hit.
21, and that does another 1d8 plus 5.
Has the searing smite been used?
I just used that. That was the 2d6.
Are there any other effects of that? It does the radiant stuff, but is there like a status effect that happens at all?
Branding Smite just means I believe he cannot go invisible.
Okay.
he sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius, can't become invisible. I'm technically concentrating on it. The next time you hit, yeah. So I'm concentrating on the fact that he's now glowing brightly with a little
Got it.
golden aura from my flail. Another 8 bludgeoning on the last one.
Another 8 bludgeoning. Got it.
Um,
Now that his turn has passed again, he does have his reaction once more. And as you attack from above, as he's pulling out his axe from Telperion, he lifts it and swings it up toward you as well.
Cute.
For 1 attack with his retaliation feature. That's another critical because of the 18 that was rolled. I'm going to offer it to Toby. Are you
I'm
within
not within 30
distance?
feet of anyone.
Oh, okay. So that will be an additional D12 coming at your roulette.
Sure.
An additional 3. So you'll take 16 points of slashing damage. And then 2 points of fire damage as your brand activates and sears into your skin further.
That's my
Can you
turn.
Go ahead and make a concentration check based
Oh,
on this damage.
Yes.
16-2, so you still just got to beat a 10?
No. Roulette was gonna let that drop anyway.
Okay.
The dice
sounds
do
good.
not want us to get past this one fucking thing.
No, we're gonna die.
Perfect. Okay, Roulette, that it for your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. Toby.
I'm still gonna cast Hold Person. I don't know if Telperion wants to move someone else around.
I want to go before you because I just give myself an advantage with my last spell slot and I want to use it.
But I can make all of your attacks crits if I hit Hold Person.
Oh, okay. Go first. The only change I'll make is I'll let Roulette go right after me.
Roulette go right after you. Okay.
But I will cast Hold Person on the Reaver. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
He will try to do so. Solid +1.
That
he
is
will
a fail.
he will Indomitable and try again.
Is there nothing we can do to influence that specific roll?
That is an 18.
If I had
Yeah,
if I had silvery barbs, but I don't.
and luck doesn't let me re-roll his thing. God damn, that's frustrating. Well, you still have
a
advantage on your thing.
table wide inspiration would let you
Yeah.
re-roll it.
I don't know. Bonus action, I can do nothing, because that was a spell. I'll get a little closer. That's my turn.
Okay. Sorry, Toby. Telperion, you are up. The Reaver has just pushed past some sort of magic trying to paralyze him, but is otherwise now.
I'm gonna swing my first attack at him.
Okay. Go ahead and do so. Straight
I rolled
roll.
2 2s, even though I had advantage, so that's sick.
Oh, gave yourself advantage because of silvery barbs. Okay.
Yeah.
His great axe is just such a large weapon. He barely has to move it for it to block a sizable portion of his body.
I'm going to say, well, no escape that way. And I'm going to use Minor Illusion with my second attack. And I'm going to make it look like a bunch of vines come out from the wall behind him and fill a 5-foot cube in front of him so he doesn't think he can run through it.
Okay. Very cool.
And then I'm going to use a second. I'm going to focus up and I'm going to psionically pulse with energy. And I'm going to recover 1d10's worth if I could find my d10.
Also, Zoom's about to die, so let's
Okay.
jump Zooms.
I rolled. We're level 10, right? Oh, I get 19 HP back.
19
I'm gonna
HP back.
start.
Perfect. Let's jump Zooms.
It's gonna murder me first.
2 2s with I'm really doing what I can. So that is the first time that the glyph of speed would have like illuminated on my hand.
Yes, and it definitely did so. And you felt that first strike maybe as a miss because it moved unnaturally easy. You felt the force of Moira's magic at work in your sword swing. You just haven't practiced enough to adapt to it yet, but it definitely moved your sword quicker. And so you had a slight bit of additional time with which to cast your spell during your turn. So you've already felt its magic at play, just not utilized fully effectively yet.
That is all I can do, so I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Roulette, your turn.
Yeah. He's like on death's door, right?
The Reaver is damaged, not yet bloodied.
Yeah, 'cause he's rolling like crazy. We're rolling shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall on top of Telperion.
Yeah, he's like.
Dude, he's rolled 18, 18, 18, 19, 20, and 10 on the d20s he's rolled.
That's insane.
This
This never happens to me. I'm so excited.
sure. I'm taking 2 more swings down at him.
Okay, perfect. 2 swings.
Twenty-three.
Definitely hits.
11
11
bludgeoning. And I'm gonna do 2d6 more. 2d6 more force damage.
Okay.
Another 7.
Another 7. Got it.
How many second levels am I left? So I'm not doing that. Yeah, and I'm just gonna swing again.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Another hit. Go ahead and roll.
You're hitting.
8 bludgeoning.
That is barely enough for you to gouge a chunk of his shoulder with that smash, and you can see the cuts and bruises are adding up. He is in a bloodied state.
Is that when his damage goes up?
Can Lil Daisy, does she have room to step out of the thing? She's not doing any actions. I just want to see if she can get like out and like step back towards Toby even.
Yes, she can squeeze through the shaggy carpet roam space.
This is purely for like narrative reasons. I will bonus action have
she'll be slowed movement. She'll have half movement, but
actually no, she's gonna stay in there for another turn because as I hit him with the second one, as my bonus action, a tiny little pencil is going to pop out of my breast pocket and like shoot right down at the guy as a tiny servant attack.
Holy shit. And you can command that with the bonus action?
Yeah, bonus action, I tell it what to do.
Okay.
Go
ahead and roll pencil attack.
It's a +5 to hit.
Pencil.
So +5 to whatever this is. 16?
You will see it shoots out of your pocket or however you command it, and it just embeds itself in his leather armor. And he just looks up confused.
I'll have it just like I'll have it drop to the ground at his feet.
Okay.
And then end of my turn.
No more characters have never been filling 4 squares before.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
2 squares.
Infernal Sphere's turn. I don't think it can do that, so it is going to continue to stay in its space and try and jab you, Roulette, with a single force-empowered rend. $17?
That's hit. My AC is 12. I don't have anything else on because I ran out.
So that'll be 8 force damage, 1 fire damage, and an additional 3 fire damage due to your brand.
You see Roulette is about to fall out of the air.
Jesus.
Okay. As it jabs you, it starts to spider walk its way along the ceiling out of your range as it starts to move down the hallway.
I will gladly take a swing at it.
Okay, you are more than welcome to do so. Telperion, you can reach its position too if you would like a reactionary attack.
Yeah.
Roulette, a 12 will not hit. You send out your mace, and you're not used to these creatures being able to walk on all surfaces, so it continues to move out of the space. Telperion, you're welcome to strike.
I'm actually gonna not.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Okay. You can hear it just clinkering down the hallway on the ceiling. Rome, it is your turn. Once more on Shaggy.
All right. Where's the map? Is this door right here open by any chance?
I would say no. It's currently closed, but you can open it with the runestone key you have through just a normal object interaction.
Would that wouldn't take my action away,
It
would
would
it?
not take your action just to hold your runestone key up to the door.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the runestone key up to the door and just kind of like slip into the doorway.
Okay.
I don't want the door to close though.
Okay. You will.
Is that possible?
It will remain open for this round, but you've seen these doors automatically begin to close, so you'll have to either keep the keystone near it to keep it open, or find some other means of keeping it open. But it will try to close unless prevented.
Also, are you hopping off of Shaggy then?
No, I'm not hopping out for Shaggy.
Yeah,
Why would I-
Shaggy can squeeze through this situation as well. It's just movement is slowed.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to keep in mind the.
Forgive me, I'm forgetting that Jiri or Tim is in full control of Shaggy right now. So Rome, you are at the mercy of its movement on its turn now. So you can hold the keystone up to the door and cause it to open, and you can keep it open there. It just depends on what you want to move around and do.
Right,
Alright,
you'd have to get off of Shaggy to get into there this turn.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just trying to keep in mind the fact that I'm gonna cast a spell and I'm gonna not be invisible anymore. So, I'm just gonna be kind of like near the door so that like when I become invisible, then I kind of like slip in there with the stone in my hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Hold Person on the Reaver.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Describe for us. I should have asked Toby this, and I'll ask him next time it occurs. But what does Rome's hold person look like?
I imagine it's like roots and stuff coming up from his like space that he's in, trying to grab him, like roots and
Okay.
vines and stuff.
Perfect. He will make.
No way he
his
rolls a
whiz
16
save.
and Indomitables, or fails an Indomitables to get a 16.
He will try and use his second Indomitable, which I don't believe is a reaction. He can just burn it to try. So now he is out of Indomitables. He will re-roll his whiz save.
I resist.
That's ridiculous.
17?
That's ridiculous.
Is that Rome's DC?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so
My
you see him
inspiration.
breaking out of it.
I was gonna, yeah.
Oh.
Inspiration,
Can I
Alex?
use my inspiration?
Okay, you're going to use your inspiration, so you will re-roll that one final time.
Thank God.
That will be a fail. Go ahead
Yes.
and remove one inspiration from your, however you track that, and
Yeah.
you do see your roots break through his muscles. Difficult to restrain the strong individual, but eventually tying off his elbows and wrists, and he has a hard time even holding on to his axe. You have fully locked him into place in his space.
What spell?
Hold
What?
person.
Good person.
And then I'm going to bonus action Vicious Mockery him.
Okay.
Not so strong now.
Fuck you!
No.
Another nat 20. His rolls have been unbelievable.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be kind of like behind the doorway right here. I'm gonna try and move
Okay.
nice.
You do become visible in the casting of your spells, but you are able to either get off Shaggy to just hide inside the door, or just...
You're gonna have to get off of him.
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna get.
will
Off,
have-
I'm gonna
yeah.
get off Shaggy. Yeah.
Okay. And then you're
But
able
Shaggy's
to
still-
hide in that space.
Actually, no. That breaks concentration because of
Yes,
Hold
I am
Person.
not
Yeah,
invisible.
now nobody's invisible.
That's true.
Just so we're clear. All right, yeah, that's all.
But
Okay.
you are protected from harm, or at least given cover based on your current position.
Yes.
All right, it is the Reaver's turn. I don't think he can do anything other than try and break out
He
at the end
is
of his turn.
paralyzed. At the end of
Paralyzed.
his turn, he can make the save.
Fully paralyzed. No availability to do anything. No actions and bonus actions, right?
They are incapacitated,
Paralyzed.
which means they can't take actions or reactions.
Well, it says paralyzed. Is that different?
Paralyzed includes like additional conditions, so then you have to refer to those other conditions.
Oh, okay.
Automatically fails those types of throws, advantage, criticals, incapacitated. So he will do a bonus action.
That's
To
that's
even-
an action.
even-
Oh, that's really?
Even in his frustration, he will try and calm his heart to restore some hit points. Yeah, as everyone Googles.
I
does
can't
it
believe you
mean
can do
actions
that.
and bonus actions.
The paralyzed applies the incapacity, which prevents you from taking reactions or includable. But okay, I would like a better ruling than just someone's saying.
He could not have said "fuck you." Can't speak.
Oh, okay.
Bonus actions are also actions, as are legendary and lair actions.
Okay, interesting.
Wait, so then did my vicious mockery go through then?
No, it did not.
No,
he
he
just,
just didn't get to say
he
"fuck
just
you."
didn't respond to you. But okay, I'll say his bonus action didn't work here. That's interesting wording. But we'll say it doesn't work for now. But he just tries to compose himself. And then we'll try and bust out of it at the end of his turn.
I'm gonna say out loud, no one get between me and that robot thing. Don't get over his head or mine. Just to our whole
He
crew.
is unable to break free from his hold person restraints. Jiri/Shaggy.
Am I able to? I mean, because I'm a thin carpet, can I squeeze in between Roulette and Telperion and smack this guy?
You can attempt. No, I'm gonna say you don't have reach. Even if you could move through their space with some difficult terrain, you can't occupy their space while attacking. If you could find a way to get to the other side of the Reaver, that would be fair game, but you also can't move through enemy spaces in that way. However, the Infernal Sphere is not above him anymore, so actually, with quite a bit of movement, you could get to the other side of the Reaver and then attempt to make an attack.
Yeah, how high are these walls? The
10
ceiling.
foot ceilings.
10 feet.
Oh
There's
yeah, can I go up?
Functionally two. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
10 feet
Roulette
and
and
just above
Telperion.
them?
Yeah, Roulette and Telperion are in there, so you can force your way through them, get over the Reaver, and then come around.
Yeah, I was gonna kick him in the dick, but I guess I'll smack him on top of the head.
Okay.
You have advantage, and if you hit him, it's a crit.
Sis. Oops.
You do have advantage, except for
Bump. Right on top of the head.
sorry, I gotta look at one thing.
Oh, 2GM. I don't know how to turn that off.
Yeah, I've never seen a Shaggy roll. They always are hidden from us.
You unfortunately will need to re-roll a single d20 because when you're squeezing, when a creature is squeezing, you have disadvantage. So your disadvantage will cancel out the advantage from his paralysis. So we'll need one clean roll. But if it hits, it's still an auto crit for sure. It unfortunately will smack into him, but some of the roots are in the way, and you don't think it's giving satisfactory damage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That it for Shaggy?
Picture our interactions with this one NPC going very differently.
I don't think I have any bonus actions as a
Going after.
Shaggy, so that's it.
Are you on the ground in my illusion, Tim?
I'm like squished on top of the
Yeah,
ceiling.
he's
Okay,
He's
so-
Like a
upward.
giant carpet above you.
Carpet, get out of my way. Reminding you that I just asked to make sure no one's above. Like, I gotta get past you. So can you go
Okay,
down?
I'll squeeze back and sit behind them.
You can hide behind the illusion and on the other side. I just need you on the ground, not on the. Like, I need to be able to get through you.
No, but I don't want to be in anybody's way. So again, I will squeeze back
Okay.
to the way I came.
Okay, perfect. You guys can head back that way, squeezing back. Reaver did just get his turn, so as you leave his space,
He's
he'll try and
paralyzed.
strike. Oh, that's true. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Shaggy, and it is Toby's turn.
Okay, I will start with a high-level healing word on Telperion.
Okay.
Let's do 4th level, so 4d4.
Oh, it's
You don't have
also
to burn all that on
beginning
me.
It's also
I'm sorry.
beginning of initiative. If anyone wants to make a tactician adjustment.
I'll put roulette before me.
Toby, are you healing someone right now?
I was planning to.
I'm at 60 out of 82.
Roulette's
Oh.
at 13.
I didn't realize.
I had second winded for 19, so I'm not as bad.
So we'll pivot that to healing roulette for 4d4 plus 9.
We got to get out of here. So if you want to,
I'm gonna hit him.
no, I don't. That's not what I mean. I just mean like,
Figure it out. We're fighting a reaver. Reavers are not small.
Okay. 4d4 plus 9, 23 healing to you.
Good roll. 23 healing to
And
roulette.
then I'll use a Sacred Flame on the Reaver since he auto fails dex saves
Hot.
for 2d8 plus a d8 from Improved Divine Strikes.
Perfect.
So 3d8.
3d8 cantrip.
damage.
Oh!
juice.
That's incredible. You see your flames start to lick around his form, searing his skin and yet harmlessly not affecting the roots that are restraining him magically. 23 damage, got it.
I'll get a little closer. I definitely don't have the movement to make it anywhere.
Okay. Roulette, it is your turn.
Feeling slightly more rejuvenated, I am going to take a step over and right above him. I'm going to do one of those like tennis swings where they swing between their legs.
Nice.
And I will do that with the flail. I believe at advantage because he is.
It is advantage, and it will be an auto crit if it hits. That's
20 to hit.
absolutely hit, so go ahead and roll additional die where applicable for your crit.
I will just roll an additional d8 on my thing. Incredible. 8 bludgeoning.
Solid 8 with that swing. Okay.
And then I will move down here and I will step down so I am also on ground level.
You will be standing within an illusion in that spot if that
Yep.
matters to you at all. Okay.
Nope, feels great. Yeah, and I'm just gonna swing again.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Bludgeoning.
A crit again.
With another d8. 11 more bludgeoning.
He's starting to look really rough. You guys have banged him up quite a bit. Part of his metal mask with the lenses in it is like cracked. You see one of those break and it's
Roll
like
an additional
sundering the
D8,
metal.
so 2 to 5. And then one more attack.
What's this one? Oh my god, the
Damn
pencil.
it! Does an 11 hit?
No, once more you see, I don't know how it's animated, but
The
whether
pencil-
it's flying around, does it have a fly speed?
No, the pencil tries to jump but doesn't reach his crotch.
Yes, correct.
And I'm crouching kind of because I know I'm waiting for a Telperion to fly by. That is my turn. Action, bonus action, movement. Yeah, that's my turn.
Telperion, you're up.
All right, Telperion starts hovering above into the air, and he's going to use. He's got an 80 movement of flight this turn to use now. I'm going to fly over this guy. So 5.
Expending a psionic die to do this again,
20.
yes.
Yes.
7.
5,
Place your character.
35, 40. So that was 40, and then use a little more movement speed to get in front of it.
So okay, so you're gonna use additional move to leave its reach and get in front of it.
Yeah, I want to hopscotch over it.
Yeah.
So I'll light down.
Well, it's still on the ceiling. It's been climbing on the ceiling, so you can go under it to get around. It's just as you leave its space, it's gonna want to try and
He's not leaving its space.
I got to where I wanted to go.
Okay, there's like weird lingering distances on the screen. Okay, perfect.
I just have myself in front of him.
That was Tobirama, not Telperion.
So I guess I'm hovering in the air. I'm gonna if you have something grappled, can you also swing your sword at it? I don't think so.
You have to have like a free hand. So when you're
I'm gonna just attack this thing in the air with my greatsword just to swing at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, thank God. 29.
29 absolutely hits. As you hit it, it will use its final charge to Hellish Rebuke you, sending a bit of fire damage at you. Which is, I believe, 2d10. Yes, please make a dex save as you hit into it.
Like 13.
13 is its DC, so you get out of the way of most of it, but you do take 5 fire damage, as well as an additional 10 as the brand on your heart sears very painfully.
Supposed to get out of this jail? Okay. I take 15.
You hear Roulette grumble, "That's a nice trick. I should build that into mine."
But you can see the core in it diminish in its brightness, and then you see little sparks start to...
Well, I guess I should roll the damage.
You should roll the damage for sure.
Sick.
Chris, DM, do I remember learning something about unstable cores?
I'm gonna do, this is a psionic strike.
Okay.
So this is gonna be 2d6 plus 9. Wait, is it 9? Yeah, 6
plus
79.
a D8
Yeah.
plus stuff, yeah.
And I'm rerolling a 2. Ooh, okay, 4 more damage on that. That's sweet. Okay, 9 plus 6, or so 6 plus, no, 9 plus 9 is 18. Plus another 6 is 24. And I'm gonna send it 15 feet away from me. Wait.
Okay, strength save from it.
Strength save from it. And it, how much damage did I just say? 28 or 26? 18 plus 6. 24. I haven't chosen. I might want to make it prone instead, actually.
It is on the ceiling, so prone might have a different effect than pushing it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Can I use my reaction to shout something?
Yeah, I need to get away.
Sure.
Don't stay too close if you're gonna kill it. It's probably gonna blow up.
Yeah, I'm gonna
push it 10 or 15. Who cares?
I'm gonna knock it prone, if I can.
Okay, it will try and save. Ooh, it is able to save. The damage still happens, but you don't knock it prone. Its little feet are pretty firmly implanted into the ceiling.
What is it? 29. So it just took a bunch of damage. Or how's it looking?
It is looking like I should apply the damage. You carved a healthy chunk, and there's sort of curled and jagged scrap metal of iron. You've exposed part of the core. You damaged it.
If I throw something at it to kill it. Okay. I'm gonna. I've seen these things. Okay, this thing's gonna explode on me now. If I kill it, but if I don't do enough damage to kill it. Can I make a shove attack?
With your bone. Oh, just with your attack. Yeah, you can use shove in place of an attack. Yes.
I'll do that.
Okay. I think that's a contested strength versus its whatever it wants to use, which in this case is strength.
This is athletics, right?
Yeah, your athletics versus its
17.
Possibly athletics. You succeed in the shove, so you're able to, whether physically or psionically, you can flavor it.
Oh, let's do psionic. That's cooler.
Okay.
I put my hand on it and push it back.
So it doesn't fall prone and leave its space on the ceiling, but it grinding in the ceiling and is forced away from you as you do that.
Ironically, I could have tried that with my. I forgot I had that as a free bonus action. I'm gonna back up here to occupy this space, and I'm gonna use my quick toss and throw a sliver at this thing.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Like 12, 10. Or 12.
That will not hit. You'll
No.
see it just deflect off the iron.
That would be my turn.
Okay. It is its turn. And you see it just continue to walk almost unaffected by your situation. It walks along the ceiling and then it walks along the wall and down to the floor. You can take a swipe at it reactionarily as it passes over your head.
Yeah. 17 to hit.
17 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
11 plus 6. 17.
17 damage.
Yeah.
You cleave through it and you see you shear off a iron plate of it that falls to the ground, but it is still holding on, and it gets to the door. But that is it for now. Rome, it is your turn. Oh, did it use its action? No, it just moved. So it'll also Force Empowered Ren poke you as it passes you.
Let's see if my armor does it.
That's a natty 1. An internal mechanism sort of jams due to its damage, and it can't get the little appendage out to strike. So then it continues. All right, Rome, it is your turn.
All right. He is not paralyzed anymore?
He is still paralyzed.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. I'm going to. Well, so I'm assuming that the door is closed, so I'm going to open the door back up.
Okay.
And I am going to cast. Because I want to keep the whole person going. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and throw it.
Okay. You're able to sort of peek your head out. If you have visibility, you can definitely fire a mote of flame his way. I think it still has advantage.
Advantage, no auto crit.
Nice.
Okay, so
21 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll again just in case you get a nat 20, but
Yeah.
definitely hits. Both good rolls, but the first one will rain with the damage. So 13 fire damage to him. And once more, this magical flame does not burn the roots, but does sear his skin. And he actually does begin to scream at that instance of damage. He's very low health.
And then bonus action, Vicious Mockery.
Yes.
Get him.
Cantrip Queen.
That's
Nice.
That's a nat 1. As he's screaming, he just like tries to grip his head. And something's...
I like flick some water from my like fingers on his wounds. Does that feel better? Like
Incredible.
You look parched.
Amazing.
Perfect.
It's accidentally acid though, and it just
Yeah, he is very low health and very upset. It is his turn. He can do virtually nothing. And he will try and break out of the hold person at the end of his turn. Which he is unable to do.
Yes.
Dang.
Alright, Jiri/Shaggy.
Alright, so I'm having a hard time seeing, but I can get up to him relatively unencumbered at this point and smack him.
correct. There's no one in between.
Correct. You are still squeezing in this hallway, so it will still have disadvantage canceled out by advantage, so it'll still be a straight roll. But yes. And he's low, so your crit might be very successful here. Yeah. So it does hit. It is an auto crit, so go ahead and roll an additional 2d6 damage on that.
Come on, Shaggy.
That did matter, and that was enough. How do you kill the Reaver, Shaggy?
Yeah.
Shaggy smacks him in the dick and then slaps him across the face, knocks him out.
Breaks
And then
his
he
neck.
flexes, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
The little tassels go like.
yeah. Ooh.
Perfect. You see the Reaver just like go limp as you batter him and bash him. He just goes limp, still suspended by the vines that are still sort of being conjured by Rome.
And then, can't really see anything. I'm gonna move forward. Shaggy's gonna look around and see if anybody wants to get scooped up by him and be on top of him.
Okay.
Oh,
Does anyone give indication that that's something they might be interested in? Roulette, Toby.
the second I see it go, well, I'll see if Toby hops on first.
I am eager to hop on Shaggy.
Okay.
I'll stay crouching, letting the flyers go above my head.
Can I scoop up Toby and move him anyway closer?
Sure. With using some of your movement instead of him mounting, we'll say that's partially possible. You'll probably, with the back and forth in the cramped hallway, not be able to get that far, but you can get into the vertical portion of the hallway. We'll move you guys.
Okay.
We'll get Jiri, Shaggy, and you guys. I'll keep Jiri over there too, just so you have visibility. You can start getting further down the
I'll
hallway.
shout
for sure.
to Roulette/Rome. Don't forget the portable hole.
Got it.
Okay. That it for Shaggy? Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Toby, you are up. You are now riding Shaggy. And he helped get you closer. If you want to move even further, you'll need to probably dismount.
I
but-
would like to request a tactician change, unless MJ you had one in mind.
No, I don't. You
For
want to go?
Shaggy to go in front of me.
That's what I do. Oh, Shaggy, I see you in the corner of my eye. Go for Toby.
That's perfect. A new round avails Shaggy of additional movement. Shaggy, you can move again to get Toby further.
Toby, where are you directing Shaggy?
Just down the hall. We're chasing after the creatures.
All right, we're moving. We're moving as far as we can go then.
Okay. You're able to round the corner above or around Telperion. I forget if Telperion's on ground level.
I'm on the
or
ground.
Okay. So you're able to squeeze over Telperion and get enough visual of the sphere that has entered the hallway and is nearing the door. And you can see there's some sort of internal mechanism reaching for something.
All right, and so then Shaggy, we'll try to smack this thing.
You want to get on the other side of it, Shaggy, Toby?
Oh, this one for him.
Yeah, we'll get his. Yeah, if we can go over it, definitely.
There is not enough room for it to occupy space behind, like in a flanking position around the sphere.
He hovered over it, though.
He could hover over it, yeah.
Oh, I forgot it was to the ground, so yeah, above it.
I'll try to smack it, but I'm assuming I'm gonna be at disadvantage then.
That is true, yeah.
Okay, so I will roll with disadvantage, anyways. Dang.
So unfortunately, as you zoom over Telperion, most of your movement was slowed enough for you to not be able to get a solid hit on it.
Let's try to figure out how to make this visible to everybody.
But it will finish Shaggy's turn, and Toby Rama, you have now been brought closer and are in visible range of the construct.
Awesome.
No.
Hold person won't work on a construct. So
Gotta save those spells for our escape.
it's true, and that's probably the best damage I have. Let me review. I don't know that I should break that out yet, so I will just cast Toll the Dead on the construct.
Dead.
Wisdom save.
There's nothing that would prevent that from working on a construct, right?
I'll redo it.
Just thematically, it's kind of unique. Creature. So, fully works. Okay. Whiz save from the sphere.
That is a fail. Gorgeous.
It is a fail.
So that'll be. Oh, we're not. I got ahead of myself thinking it might be 3d12, but it's only 2d12 plus a d8. Wow. Oh, I rolled 2d8. Take the first one 3. So 24 damage to it.
As your magic affects its form and instantaneously rusts it, the components begin to fail from within. And as it is reduced to 0 hit points, a small localized burst of hell flame detonates from it, but only within a 5-foot radius. From where we are on the map right now, it does not reach you guys and does not injure you. However, it was close enough to this stone door where you think that impact definitely could have alerted people on the other side of it. But it is functionally dead. And flames linger in those spaces.
I can still see Roulette, yes. So I'll do a first level healing word.
Okay.
For a d4 plus 9. For 10 healing.
Thank you.
And that's my turn.
Are things we need back in the lab, or are we just going?
I mean, I would like to look more, but I think that's time has passed.
Okay. That it for Toby?
Yes.
We'll keep the music like this, but functionally targets have been removed from the board. What are you guys doing over the next turn of combat?
I'm stepping back away from out of the line of sight of the door thing real quick.
Yeah, I'd instruct Shaggy to regroup with everyone.
And I'm gonna move like closer to the group because I'm way too far away.
Okay. But functionally, everyone's out of the little L-shaped alcove of the front entrance to this hallway. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna. Yeah.
Is the fire persisting from what we can see from here?
Yeah,
or?
the fire seems to have almost in the way napalm would just continue to burn in its space. The hell flame is doing the same. It doesn't look like it's growing like some fires, like wildfire or weird fire you've seen, but it is persisting and is just coating those spaces with fire that flickers.
I will have Daisy step out, pull the hole off, and hand it to me, and I will scarf it around my neck.
Scarf it.
Daisy out now, sort of walking alongside you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, she's on my hip. She's on my hip. Yeah.
On your hip. Okay.
In object mode.
Perfect. I'll still keep her on the screen here.
You can just remove her, yeah.
Anything you guys are doing in the next couple seconds?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna use this bonus action just recover a side eye, and then say to the group, "All right, well, how much power do we have left? Because if we're gonna fight our way out, this might be difficult. Could we invisible our way out of here?"
I can get 2 of us.
How many can you make invisible, Rome?
2.
I have 1 invisibility potion, but if we can save it,
which that accomplishes what we need.
I think so, but the problem is that all those guards passed us, and this thing just went off. So we may go invisible and sneak past them, or we might fight past them. I'm actually gonna drink a healing potion right now.
Okay.
And I'll use an action to just give Roulette a flat 14 hit points.
Appreciate that. I'm good for the moment after that, ish. But thank you.
I mean, would it be beneficial if I cast Castle Other Trace to be a little bit stealthier, or do we want?
Yeah.
Well, no, no, because
it's concentration.
Yeah, Rome needs makes visible.
Sorry, what were you saying, Toby?
Roulette was saying something.
Yeah, I was just saying it's probably better to make us invisible than pass without trace. Are we gonna be able to sneak past these guys? Is the hard thing. I don't know if we will.
I think we need to do it before they get to the door and clog the hallway. So we should get invisible and start going.
As you guys hear the grinding of stone just around the corner, you guys can all have 1 opportunity to do something, and we'll switch zooms.
Critter, quick like mental. Remember from my blinking times. Do I remember seeing how many? Quick count of enemies that were in that room there. Like, were there more Reavers?
At the time, there were not more Reavers. There was a sphere that always accompanied the Reaver, and it's at least one sphere for the nighttime meal deliveries, but only one here for this lunch delivery. You know there were a knight and a couple of guards in that room. And so as you hear this grinding of stone, you immediately hear the alerted voice of, "Fuck, one of the spheres broke! Captain, what do we do?" And you can hear them starting to react as they've just come across some sort of visual phenomenon that has alerted them. What are you guys doing right around the corner?
I'm going to use Minor Illusion to make the voice of that dude say, "Oh, fuck, this thing just exploded." And, like, I took cover behind the wall. Just to see if I can buy us, like, 1 second.
Okay, using Minor Illusion to fake the Reaver's voice.
Oh.
Which is allowed. I just checked.
Okay.
In case you had enough videos. That's my action, and then I'm just giving everyone, like, I don't know.
Go ahead and make a deception check based off your intelligence modifier.
All right. So just +3.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Heck yeah.
So that's 6. Fucking God, can I roll anything?
Shit, one of the prisoners must have sprung loose. That's not the Reaver's voice. But they have been alerted to some sort of funny business in this hallway.
All right. I'm going to use my...
You guys, now that some sort of threat has been brought to the sphere again here, I'm going to pull back up the turn order. Based on... they're not surprised, but you guys are more prepared to move than they were. So we can reroll initiative here, and you guys can all have advantage on your initiative.
Can you roll? If I click on it...
Yeah, you shift.
That's awesome. Never done that before. Nat 20. I don't know if it came through, but I did get a 20.
You do have advantage, Rome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it looks like it might not have come through for some reason, Topian, but I'll get you added here. You got a nat 20, which is a total of 20.
21.
21. Jiri in there with a shaggy initiative of 15. Who's not on here? Rome, we got your initiative in there. Perfect. Toby, Roulette. Alrighty. Alright, so Telperion, you being the closest just around the corner can hear this guy's voice, and you determine very quickly that he does not believe your deceptive magic in that moment. Whoever he and they are, they're about to gear up to investigate the situation. You have the opportunity to both move first and make a tactician adjustment if you want.
Yeah, so because I want to get Toby, I want it to be Toby and then with the rug, I'm going to put Toby immediately behind me right now.
Okay.
I hope that's okay. Well,
That's fine.
Actually, no, I'll put the rug before me. Because that way you can move. And then next turn I can put Toby before me and we'll achieve the correct effect. But this way, movements before Toby's useless action now.
Okay. All right. That Duracian soldier's turn sort of triggered this. Shaggy now can move first.
Let's get in there, Shaggy.
Yeah, I'll just move up.
Block the exit.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can
As
dash
you
as
guys
well.
start to move forward and see the phenomena in front of you, ooh, what just happened?
Fire.
Shaggy just like disappeared. Weird. You guys can see fire on the ground in front of your way where the sphere had detonated, but you can squeeze past that space through the air, still squeezing. But you do see a soldier standing here. Oh, actually, I should delete the door. Oh, it looks like the door is deleted. Nice. Okay, so you can see the soldier, and then you see further behind him, checking on his words, a knight and 2 soldiers at the table.
We're gonna go get him. So we charge at him.
Okay. Are you trying to fly over the head of this soldier?
Yeah, get him top of him and then smack him.
Okay. I'm gonna move you guys' tokens for just a second, just to figure out this situation. Okay. You squeeze past Halperion, you soar over the infernal flames down below, and you get over the Durastian soldier. You hear the alert cries of these individuals, and Shaggy is welcome to smack that soldier.
Nice. I'm working on. Oops, wait, hold on. Disadvantage. I'm working on getting it visible, but I miss.
That will be a miss as you swat at him, but he just ducks and aims his crossbow up at you. But you get on the other side of him.
That's it for Shaggy.
All right. Telperion, your turn.
All right. Well, I step here to see. Well, Shaggy, can you move further? Because I had asked you to go block the exit if you could.
Oh yeah, we'll go as far as we can to block it.
Okay. As you continue further, the Durastian will grab his sword and try and swipe at you with his little short sword. Ooh, 23 to hit Shaggy for just 5 piercing damage.
Cuts through Shaggy.
Squeezing. You attacked, so you just get your normal 90, which is at 45, so that's about as far as you can get.
Okay.
And then you and Toby are sort of occupying the same spot. There we go. Okay, Telperion, it is your turn. You round the corner and see what's in front of you.
All right. I can't. From a standing jump, I think the most I can do is half my strength, which is 10 feet. So, I'm gonna yet again,
because you are not attuned to the boots. The boots would normally enhance that.
I miss them. I'm gonna burn a side eye and fly over this brother.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly over him. So that's 30 of my 80 feet. And okay, can you? So
I say an extra 5 in there just for the elevation you have to.
Okay, so I've used 35 of my 80. So these guys are in front of me, and I see those people in front of me here too.
Yes.
And who is this? This isn't a Reaver that we just fought,
It's
right?
not a Reaver. It is just a Durastian knight and some soldiers at his command that are more grunt level soldiers.
So I have 45 feet left.
Potentially, but you are restrained by the sort of, you can't make a as the crow flies.
Yeah. 45 would get me here.
You probably not, because there's a rug in the ceiling and a knight on the floor, so you're gonna have to go around things.
You are going to have to squeeze through Jiri's
Probably
space
definitely get
regardless.
on
Or
the table.
Shaggy.
Okay, that's all fine. It does mean that I'll use my attack. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use I'm gonna swing at this bro.
Okay.
What?
And that you have me and Rome coming up the rear to fight the other guys
I
too.
can put him in fire right now.
Sure.
To make the fight easier. I'm gonna swing at him, and I will burn a psionic attack on him to
trying to push him, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, and only if it hits. If it doesn't, then I won't.
Sure.
But
okay,
so,
yeah, go ahead and roll your damage. Or
20 to hit.
20 definitely hits.
Okay, and then that's 2d6 and a d8. Got 1 and 5. 10 plus.
Do you reroll doubles?
Oh my god, I do!
You
He's helping me remember how my sword works.
Yeah.
I reroll ones though. Okay. Oh my god, I got another 5. So 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 plus 9 is 27.
Damn. With one strike, you bloody him as you carve into the leather across his chest, breaking through to the chainmail underneath and beyond. Definitely
save.
bloody him and strength save.
Yeah, so what it looks like though is Telperion doesn't get the foot push, but he flies over the fire, is like hovering midair. He like slashes backwards at this dude, and with one sword, like still like kind of just moving by, and then
Telperion energy still enhancing the strength of your strike, just not knocking him back.
exactly. I will then just do one more swing on. No, fuck it. I'm gonna go swing it. Mess up somebody else. All right, this is 45. So I'm gonna fly. This is 40 feet. Well, I'll fly here.
You will burn an additional 10 passing through Shaggy's space because of the difficult terrain and
Okay,
squeezing.
so
I mean, I
okay.
think that's. He had 80. He loses 10. Loses.
It's not
10,
difficult terrain if I can go under him, right? Or is the hallway smaller?
He's taking the whole space. You have to push through him.
Oh,
Shaggy
God.
occupies a large chunk of this
You can get
hallway.
right there.
I'll get right here and I'll swing at this guy.
Okay, you can certainly do that. Go ahead and make your second attack.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stand right there and I'm gonna blade ward instead. Just a quick blade
Okay.
ward.
Once again, your quicker strike enables you a little bit more time with which to cast spells, your cantrips. You are blade warded. Throw that on you. Is that it for Telperion?
That is.
It is the knight's turn. He will, before using his multi-attack, will utilize his leadership trait and shout encouragement to all 3 of his knights are within 30 feet. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, who all then gain the benefit of effectively the bless feature. And then he will make his available attack at you, Telperion. He will drop his spear to
Bring
the
it on,
ground
come on.
in favor of drawing his longsword to strike at you. But that does not hit. Whether it's the Blade Ward or some psionics at play, he's not even.
I think I'm
to
touching
break
down
skin.
from flight with the blade ward, so there's just like this protective field around me at that moment.
Very cool. He is not able to attack, but then will reposition to allow his allies to get a clean shot. Jiri, is it slash? Oh, okay. We moved Shaggy. So, Jiri, it is technically your turn if there's anything going on within the necklace that we should know about.
No.
That we should know about.
Okay. All right. It will be this soldier's turn, who will quickly stand from his position, reach for his heavy crossbow, and he will take aim, spending his bonus action to gain advantage on his attack. And he will launch a crossbow at Telperion. Nat 20.
It's about to be my turn. I'll use my reaction to negate the effect of the crit.
Okay. The crit does not apply, but Telperion would take 8 damage, but it feels less impactful than Norman taking only 4 damage. However, at the instance of damage, your brand sears you for an additional 7 fire damage.
I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna mitigate this. So I'm gonna take back the 4 and if
You're gonna take back the 4 in what way?
sorry, well, because 4 piercing and then 7 fire.
The 7 fire happens on your skin. You don't know that a protective force field would deflect that at all. You could try.
But I could block the 4. I'm gonna just block the
You're gonna try to. You have to
remaining 4. I have to roll 1 and I have 3. So
Okay, yeah.
I can
so
mitigate
as a
the
reaction.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend another side eye.
Yeah.
Does that stop
All right.
all damage?
Yeah, inherently, because it's 3 plus at least 1.
Oh,
I'll roll my
okay. It's
D8. Yeah.
D8 plus 3.
So it will shield against the force of the crossbow, but you do feel the brand sear you anyway for the 7 fire damage.
What?
There was no damage happened at all though.
Okay, understood.
Oh.
You still take the 7 fire damage.
Okay.
That is his entire turn firing that crossbow at you. It is Rome's turn now. That guy will also. Oh, he had to use a lot of his movement to do that. So
Go
he's-
Rome, go.
All right. So I have a question. If
Mhm.
can a large creature fit in this hallway?
You can see that technically they can fit, but they're under the restraints of squeezing. Your movement's going to be halved. You're going to have disadvantage on things, but technically, large creatures can squeeze into things suitable for medium creatures.
Shaggy's having a hard time moving around in here.
All right. And maybe I will. Okay, that was not the answer I wanted to hear. Not gonna lie. Okay, what can jump?
Well, you were almost in a bigger area. Also, you can kind of see that.
I guess that's true. All right, maybe I'll just I'll nerf myself for a second. All right, I want to all right, so I'm gonna move to the fire. I have unfortunately nothing that can put out the fire,
Okay.
which I really wish that I could, because there's no, I don't see like any like pool of water anywhere.
Where's
right?
the hole? Where's our hole?
Roulette had picked up the portable hole, and it is now a scarf
Okay.
around her neck.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's just what's gonna have to happen. All right. I'm gonna transform into a giant vulture and fly over this whole flame situation.
Okay.
Which its distance that I can normally fly is 60 feet, so I'm assuming that I can fly then 30 feet.
I would say so. You have used some of your movement to get here. So we'll
Actually,
see
you know
how
what?
this
Maybe I'll
interacts.
stay on. Maybe I'll stay on the like. Maybe I won't move through the fire then, because then I can move through the fire and then use my action to attack him after. So yeah, I'm actually gonna stay as a vulture, right here.
Okay.
A giant vulture.
Jesus. It doesn't fit.
I'm going to throw your hawk form on here, but we'll know that that's a vulture.
Yeah.
You polymorph, I imagine, to transform or wild shape?
No, that's a wild shape.
Okay, perfect. Wild shape enacted. You are a giant vulture, kind of cramping your wings, so it's hard to even keep yourself aloft a little bit, but you are able to squeeze. You are in that area.
Excellent. That's it.
Okay. It will be Toby's turn.
Yes, and him giving them buffs makes this less compelling. Only this one back here has been hurt, yes? Or did Telperion hit this one?
I don't believe the knight has received any damage,
That's
but
right,
this
'cause he
one
bladed.
has received a heavy, heavy wound.
Yes. Because I could do one, or I could do that. So I'm going to pull out the gem that Mirage so gracefully provided me, and I will cast Incite Greed on all of these boys. Boom.
Okay.
25.
It's any targets that can see you within 30
feet.
feet. Okay. And they all need to make wisdom saves?
They need to make a wisdom save.
Okay. We will tackle the one on the left first.
Add his thing, yep. That will be a success.
That's a success. We'll add the top right guy. That's going to be a fail even with the D4. We'll add the bottom right guy.
Fuck yeah.
That's going to be a fail even with D4. And then we'll do the knight. This is not a frighten-based effect,
It's
I
a
imagine.
charm-based effect.
Okay. He does have a bit better of a whiz save.
Also,
Does not benefit from the
Incite
blast.
Greed.
Perfect.
So
Perfect,
only
perfect,
the injured guy, I think, succeeded.
Yeah.
The rest of them are now greedy. I'll
So-
be green. Greedy.
You all see as the gem flashes bright, all of these three guys just kind of get less hostile and just stare at it, and will on their turns move toward it. And I, as Toby, will shout out, "All right, no one hit these three in here. Finish off that guy behind me, and we'll be able to walk out of here safe." And bonus action, I don't think I have anything.
Is that something you're concentrating on?
That is correct.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
It is one of the soldiers' turns who will just sort of drop his crossbow to the table and kind of almost as if like he's a zombie, just start trying
Amazing.
to move forward to get as close as he can toward this gem, and he starts reaching up for it toward you, Toby. Roulette, it is your turn.
Do they save on it?
Is that at the end of their turn?
At the end of
they
their
do
turn, that's
something?
correct.
Harmful, charmed, nothing. Affected by end of its
their turn,
turn.
they save.
Yep. Okay. That guy will make his save.
Fuck yeah.
That is a fail. Even with a D4, it'll be a fail. Okay.
Daisy and I are gonna. Well, Daisy's on my hip. I'm going to approach this large flock of feathers in the corner. Just patting the pretty bird. I'm going to peek around the corner, and I'm going to cast Misty Step to move to, I believe, here, 30
Perfect.
feet. And I'm going to turn around and just take 2 swings at this gentleman.
Okay. You are welcome to do so. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, Misty Step.
20.
20 will hit.
9 bludgeoning.
For 9 bludgeoning. He's looking real rough.
I will swing again. 14.
14 will not hit. He will adapt to the force of the first one and change the way he dodges. He will avoid the second attack.
That is my turn. I'm done.
Okay. It is his turn. So as he was hesitating, moving through the flames to attack whatever things, there's plenty of targets around him now, behind him. So he will drop his crossbow, pull his short sword, and strike at you twice, Roulette.
Cool.
First attack, 22 to hit.
22 will definitely hit.
For 7 piercing.
For 7 piercing.
And 3 fire damage from your brand.
Okay, I would like a... Nope. After the first attack, I would like a DC 17 con save throw, please. As he hits me and my flail lights up.
He does
Which
get a
saves
21 on that, but his next short sword attack, which I sort of prematurely rolled, will still miss you. So even the flash of that situation, although it doesn't blind him, it does throw him off target enough for him to miss you.
Got it.
Top of the order.
Oh,
He'll call out. He'll say, "Gerald, what are you doing? Go warn the others!" He's yelling to the guy at the table, who's zombie mode, looking at Toby. It will be. It looks
gonna
like. Oh yeah,
put
top of the order. So adjustment.
Toby in front of me.
Pulling up Toby to be in front of you. Got it. Jiri/Shaggy, you are up.
We're gonna fly over to that guy, the one that's not greedy.
Okay. Sort of over Roulette's head in order to try and.
Force
make him
roulette
turn.
in the air. Oh,
No,
Okay.
Yep. And Shaggy's gonna smack him.
Okay, Shaggy's gonna smack him. Disadvantage per squeezing.
Wait, is this squeeze? Are we? Wait,
Yeah, 'cause
am
it's
we
this
out?
guy here. It's this guy.
It's this guy.
Oh, wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, smack him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay, let's see if this works. Hold on.
Yay!
Hey, I saw it.
Even with disadvantage, a 19 will absolutely hit.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
How
We
do
see
you
it too.
kill this soldier? How does Shaggy kill the soldier?
Another dick smack, laugh across the face with another flex.
Shaggy's cleaning up today.
Shaggy's 2 for 3 right now.
Okay, so sorry, Toby and Jiri, just for a second. Shaggy moved over enough to get within reach using 20 feet of movement because of squeezing, and then to get back to where you were, if that's what you're going to end up doing, is another 20 feet of movement.
So we should have 10 more.
So potentially 40 has been expended. You have 50 more.
Oh,
right?
because he has 90. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna move into the big room then.
Okay.
'Cause this is the way we're
squeezing
trying to go, right?
Get in there.
Yep.
15 will burn 30. So now you have 20 feet available left. which is
What do
really
we see
bad.
when we're in
and
this
you're
room?
officially not squeezed anymore now that you're in here. This is
Woo.
just a sort of common room where some wooden tables and shelves and desks are with a simple sort of stonework fireplace. And there are
Alright.
2 doors that lead to other beds that when Roulette was poking around, saw that they were occupied by some people, but no one has seemingly come out of those rooms at this time.
I think we're just gonna move closer to this door over here. So I get 5, 10, 15, 20.
That sounds good. Let me just take a check. Wild Charmed can do nothing but use its movement to approach you in a safe manner. So, okay, so they cannot even try and make attack of opportunity. Cool.
That's
You're
it?
welcome to get there. Toby, being ferried toward the individual and slapped and then pulled away from him, you are free to act.
I don't think there's really anything I need to do. Let me verify that though. Let me make sure I keep concentrating.
You are still
I'm
holding
gonna
the gem.
use my action to use Divine Intervention to see if Kellenvor can remove the brands placed on me and my allies.
Holy shit! What a good thing to ask for.
That is the
Trying
vibe
to-
of
trying
help
to
I'm
make
asking.
that impact or gain knowledge of can it be done.
I want to gain that I want that effect to not
Got it.
hinder us anymore. I will roll
Okay.
a D100. 10
Go
or
ahead
less.
and roll a D100.
One of these days.
Damn.
Oh, so close.
So close. Bonus action, I don't believe. Bonus action, I can spare the dying on nobody, and that's my turn.
Okay. Telperion, it is your turn.
What's the heaviest object in this room? Looking in here, I
Ooh.
see.
Table.
Probably the table. Unless one of those, you're not sure what's in those casks, but based on the tap that's in them, they're likely full of ale or something. So you think those are probably pretty heavy.
I'm gonna
Volume of
telekinetically
liquids will help.
levitate the table up and slot it in front of the doors here
Okay,
with my action.
got it. Let me do this.
And I do it in a way that doesn't jostle that dude.
Sure. Okay, telekinetic movement facilitating a blockade.
Yep. And then having spent my action, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use my movement to go stand in front of that blockade.
Also, as a quick note, because once you're in this room, you can tell, but it might not be obvious. There are 2 other doors in this room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just.
I just in general I don't know how to move that thing, so I'm not blocked in the whatever. I guess this is in front of it, right? There you go.
Yeah.
And then I'll use my bonus action to. Oh, you know what? As I'm walking away, I'll use my bonus action to pull Roulette 5 feet towards me.
Pull Roulette towards you. Okay. As
roll
you're
a
walking away, Roulette, you want to fail that save to go ahead and move?
Yes, please.
So Telperion just like lowers his sword and just because like 2 arms out, one he pulls Roulette forward, one he just moves the table forward, and he goes and stands in front of it, looking around. As I'm walking, can I just look? Is this door shut?
It is shut currently.
Okay, then I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna just hang out here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Durastian Knight drops his longsword to his side, barely holding on to it, still shield at his side, and just walks toward Tobirama.
And then can make a whiz save at the end of his turn.
Indeed.
Or he can't.
He needs a 15 or higher. Fuck yeah. And
He
he
needs a
doesn't have the
15?
D4, right?
He needs a 15 or higher.
Then plus his modifier to get 18 is what I was saying. Because my
got
PC
it,
is 18.
got it. Yes, understood. And he is not under the blessed condition, so he does not meet the save. This soldier will do the same thing. Table out of his way. He can just walk straight toward Toby, and will try and get as close as he can to him so that he can try and reach for the gem. And he will make a whiz save.
Ooh, plus a D4.
Plus 0. Oh, yes, it is a plus D4.
1, please. Give me a 1.
Dude, that hurts. It's a 20. Oh.
Oh, I didn't mean that. Rolled another
D20.
D20.
Well, like a 5 to 0 is technically a 1 on D4.
Damn. Okay.
Ooh.
So he saves against Insight Greed.
Shit! And he just starts looking around himself. And is no longer greedy. Yeah, that's all I can
Damn. That's why I was worried about that blessing.
do. Rome, it is your turn.
Tim, you're muted.
Oh, I guess I'll get up and do this for him.
And you should hear me now. All right.
Yeah.
Whew.
Sorry.
No, that's all good, Tim. All right, so yeah, so somewhat stupid of me to transform into a giant vulture, but I'm gonna sit with my decision, and I'm gonna make my way over this fire.
Okay. You are able to do so. I let Shaggy do it, so it's just via squeezing your movement is slowed, but you are able to avoid touching the ground where the flames are.
I love how often we said squeeze this session.
Yes. So ultimately, depending on how far you want to get, you could get up to half your movement speed down this hallway.
Halfway, I can make my way halfway down the hallway. You just said.
Correct.
What's
So
your speed,
if your
Alex?
speed is 60, you can
I'm
make your
60.
way to here.
Without a dash. If you want to dash.
Yeah,
you
without a
can.
dash. If you want to dash, you can go further.
Oh well, I guess that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dash. I just want to get into the big hallway.
You get there and are no longer, we'll say you can just move here because you are now no longer squeezing and have full flight. You're still a massive bird in this 10-foot tall space, so your wingspan is like still grazing the ceiling every time you flap, but you are no longer like in that squeezing restrained condition.
Perfect.
Anything with a bonus action, movement, and action are pretty used up.
I don't think that I could like vicious mockery somebody in bird form.
I
Could
don't
I?
think so.
No.
can't-
Eventually, you can cast spells in your wild shape, but not currently.
All right, that's it then.
It's called vicious squawkery.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Gosh,
Vicious
great
walk.
stuff.
You look so unimpressed with yourself as you were saying that.
It just seems like I have an obligation to say
You can
this.
call it this.
All right, this soldier will too move toward the source of his greed, and then try and save.
Dude, I love how this spell is affecting the combat.
And
I was
even
hoping
with
it would
less,
give us
that's not
time
gonna
to just
work.
like recuperate before we dash out of these doors. And
I mean, if they're dead and we recuperate, then I mean, you know,
more than
Roulette, it is your
anything,
turn.
prevent them from running for help.
I know it's been huge. We just repositioned so well because of it.
3,
And positioning is life.
5.
Football is life.
I pointed the one in front of me. Roulette, this one's awake.
And I'm gonna swing at the one that's on my side.
Okay, absolutely flankiness going on here.
Yay!
Yeah, crit's gonna hit.
Wait, crits.
And as the thing comes, we'll say moments before it impacts him, the greed leaves him as the harm is being done. So he just looks on in horror as this actually happens. But go ahead and roll an additional D8.
Yeah. D8.
Fuck you.
My the
-16.
additional like force damage. I don't think that does that because I decide that after I hit. I don't think that gets doubled with the crit, does it?
I think it works similarly to Divine Smites and Telperion Psionic Strikes. I think it would get doubled if you want to use that charge
sure.
during a crit. Yes, it will get doubled.
Then I will do. I will peek my head sideways and under the rug so I can see Telperion and say, "Here!" And I will just do an additional 4d6 to the guy that's in front of Telperion.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, on a crit.
I don't know. That's what I was
Yes,
asking.
on a different target is interesting.
Then I'll just do 4d6 to the guy I'm hitting right now.
Okay, if
We'll
you're
discuss
willing
that
to do
later.
that
We'll figure it out
right
later.
now, we can figure that out later. Perfect.
figure it out
Okay,
later.
but at least an additional 10 to this individual, which does bloody him, and he is looking rough after that swing. You do
And I
have
will-
a second swing available. This
I
one
will-
is still advantage per flanking.
Swing again.
Toby, you're not used to being in the middle of the
That'll
flank
hit. Go ahead.
fight.
Yeah.
9 bludgeoning.
With 9, you crunch his jaw. You feel it snap out of alignment, and he just looks up at you, still alive.
And then bonus action. If you'll let me retcon that I picked up the pencil on the way
Sure.
out.
Yeah. Within your guys' a turn or two of in between time, sure.
I will roll with advantage for Pensilium to hit.
Pencilium.
Nat 20.
Oh my god, can the pencil kill this, bro?
What does he do? Oh, it's 2d4 now. So it's
Plus anything?
So didn't you make it like your infusion thing?
She did.
So 8 more piercing damage? I don't even know what it is. Bludgeoning. He hits with the eraser.
How do you kill this soldier?
Into the eye! Into the eye!
As he tries to scream through a broken jaw, the thing just penetrates his eye and further, and he just falls limp.
Tiny servant kill count.
Yes,
That's-
some unexpected people taking the kills this session
Shaggy
so far.
and Pencilium are popping
Incredible.
off.
And the pencil will, out of the guy's head, stand triumphantly, and that's my turn.
Holy fuck.
Okay. That is your turn, Jiri/Shaggy.
Oh, that was the guy at the
Alright.
top of initiative. Perfect.
Oh.
Where is the guy that's alive?
There's-
There are 2. There's a knight near you, but one that has broken free from the mind control.
I'm gonna-
like Greed, who is near Telperion.
Where is
Oh.
where is Telperion? Oh, you're on
Oh,
that
by
side.
the door.
Swinging him.
I'm gonna put Roulette after me. I want
Okay.
those swings swinging before they get a turn.
Very nicely done. All right. yeah, so
Shaggy is gonna tassel smack this guy with advantage. Yes.
Yes, per flanking, you'll be able to hit the soldier with advantage.
Dude, Insight Greed is the reason. That's so cool.
15 will just miss. He
Ooh.
has enough wherewithal after shaking free of the mind control to take a defensive position, and it hits his chainmail to no effect.
Bummer. I have no bonus action.
Bummer.
Okay. What do we got from Jiri? What's Jiri doing in the necklace?
Crying.
The only answer.
Perfect. All right, Toby. Looks like you're up.
So Pyrian hears telepathic weeping.
That means that Jiri's choosing to tell me he's weeping,
Yeah.
which actually is pretty on brand. I just hear him
Julian, look how
sniffle.
sad I am.
Yeah.
Roulette, you're still pretty down bad HP wise, yeah.
No, I'm pretty good. I'm definitely back up there. I am above half.
I'll
So-
still use a first level
Give it to me then.
on
Oh, give it to
Roulette.
Telperion. He really got hit. I
Oh
don't
yeah, he did get hit a bunch. So I'll heal Telperion for a D4 plus 9,
Yeah, I'm still sub half.
11.
Dude, that +9 modifier is
Thank
Go.
you.
And then for my action, I will Toll the Dead on the soldier.
okay.
Whiz
You will
save.
try to resist.
Add his
And
D4.
we'll roll a D4.
Fuck yeah.
17. So
Okay.
you're gonna add an 18.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a fail. So go ahead and roll your damage.
2d12. This guy's been hit. Yes.
Yeah.
He is full health right
So
now.
only 2d8 then. Plus a d8 from Blessed Strikes. So 3d8 for 21.
Nice. Wow.
21, mix of necrotic and radiant.
Yes.
And he is bloodied with that.
Oh, 1 minute.
Zoom.
I'm also imagining that after we clean up things here real quick, we can take a bio break before returning to the back half. Okay, so a lot of damage done to that soldier.
Action, bonus action, no movement for me. That's my turn.
Okay, Telperion.
I'm gonna say, "Hey, Gareth," and I'm gonna swing him a sword at him.
It's Gerald. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
He yells at as I attack him. Oh, sorry, Gerald. Pretty cool name. I rolled 2 1s.
You
I'm
could
gonna.
either I guess you would want to re-roll them, but you could add the extra d6.
No, I
instead
rolled
if
2
you-
I rolled two one.
his
With
D20.
advantage, I rolled 2 1s.
Oh shit! On
My
your
attack.
d20s. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my second attack to attack.
Okay.
26.
26 will absolutely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Just regular old swing, nothing crazy. 12 18.
How do you kill this soldier?
Sorry, Gerald, and I just put my sword just through him.
You hear his last thought of his mind as you kill him in this moment, and he says, "If I was named Jared, it would have been better." And he falls to the ground dead.
That was too comical. Sorry, Gerald.
But
Except I need to move him over here to this and this.
Oh.
Okay. He's slain.
And then with my bonus action, I've really burned them all. I could have soul died, but I didn't need it. I will be like, all right, Roulette, let's finish this up, and I'll stride down here and I'll pull Roulette towards me.
Okay. Perfect.
And I won't attack, and I will chill.
Okay. Roulette, your turn.
Scoot, scoot, boot and scoot. Gonna swing.
Advantage. And
20?
his greed breaks as you damage him, and 20 will absolutely hit.
8 Lurge.
Why does he have a red thing? I think that
You
was-
added 2 markers
Yeah,
to all
that's-
of them. Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, okay, so 8 damage to him. That is the first time he's been injured. So now he shakes from his brainwashing and is
Swing 2.
ready to. Swing number 2.
27.
Ooh, that's a good. He can't do much about that one, can he? No, absolutely hits.
9 bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning. All right.
And
You're doing a
then
better job of fending off your attacks than the soldiers were, but you are still making impact.
a little stabby stab. Oh,
Wow.
Concilium?
Concilium.
Holy fuck.
Does a whopping 6 I'll say it's piercing because it's a pencil.
That
To
makes
his
sense.
thigh,
Okay. Ah! All right. Damaged.
and then he backs up.
Great. On my turn, did I tell you 16 or 18 damage? I don't know if it matters,
You
but
told me 18.
I meant 16.
Too late to matter now, but he would have technically had life left.
No, this was.
It was the killing blow on that soldier.
I'm sorry.
Take
okay.
take Pencilium. No,
It was
well,
2 damage left on a grunt. We can
Critter,
move
take
past that one.
Pencilium 6 and put it on him instead of the knight, just to make it
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Perfect. The knight will gain. 6
End of
due to the-
that is the end of my turn. No, I will. You know what? I'm gonna scoot 1 forward to really press into this guy, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, perfect. It will be the knight's turn. And surrounded by enemies, sure to die.
Self-destruct.
Fuck. Drop his sword. Use his action to doff his shield.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
And surrenders. And we'll take a bio break.
That works.
Smart man.
I wanted to maybe claw his eyes out. Maybe not.
I just saw this really funny TikTok where this guy's like, Japanese is probably the hardest Asian language to learn, not because it's more difficult than the others, but because when you're saying it, people who don't speak Japanese just think you're being racist. Because like the word
Holy
basketball is
Yeah.
basketball, and like
oh my god.
and like road trip, road trip, and it's just it sounds bad. But that's just
That's
what
great.
they say.
That's crazy. So in Japanese, the word for road is road.
Probably not, but the concept
but
of
that-
road
the-
trip, they
I
use
see. I see.
the bastardized English.
That's interesting. So road might be something else. Trip might be something else. But when you utilize the idea of road trip, they'll say that.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's
like,
already an interesting cultural thing. Is like you stray from your roots to acknowledge a thing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
it just sounds like you're being an asshole.
Yeah, that's really funny.
What's up, Pug? MK, I just got to the chapter of Oathbringer where Lift appears. And I
So
literally
funny.
I was this is not spoilers, but I was literally just like in the car on the way to the gym, and it was like Dalinar hears a voice and it's a little girl. And I was like, yeah, I
You got a
totally
weird
forgot.
butt.
Yes. So good.
Yeah, I know those Dalinar references. I held
Okay.
up a Chasm Fiend's pincer with my hands.
MK, I'm full into Stormlight Brain now. I haven't stopped listening to this book. I'm back to being addicted. Which one is that? Is
This
that
is
like
the final secret project. It's very Stormlight.
with all the talk of like how many hundreds of years, I don't want to hear this shit. Don't even
That's
say
fine.
anything.
That's
Don't
fine.
even say anything.
That's a fine take. But if you get through Rhythm of War and you're like, I still want Stormlight stuff, that's where you go.
Michael Kennedy, that was the most scalding thing you could have said. That's a fine take.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Yeah, I love that Tim's got
Oh,
it too
God,
right there. The
so
black page, the gilded black pages is so cool.
Honestly, the books are like a work of art, like the
Dude.
physical book itself.
Yeah.
The
Beautiful.
Tress Emerald Sea thing that I seen you have, MK, that one looks beautiful. Yeah, I definitely want those hardcover books. Oh,
Yumi.
that looks so good.
Oh, it's so
Damn.
pretty.
Beautiful.
I'm just
Like the
pumped that
artwork
you
on the
such a-
inside.
Ooh.
Yumi has the best artwork. It's gorgeous. I love that style of art.
Which
I'm
one's your
not to
favorite?
that
MK?
level yet. Oh, that's beautiful.
Of the four, MK, have you read all of them?
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite? If you had to rank them.
If I had to rank them, it's hard. Unfortunately, the Frugal Wizard one is at the bottom. It's fun, but it's not Cosmere, and it doesn't... I'm glad I read it. It was a fun book. But I would rate the other three top of my list for different reasons. Like, if I was like, oh, what was the most fun book? That would be Tress. If I said, like, what was, like, the best written book? I'd say Yumi. If I said, what was my favorite? I would say The Sunlit Man.
Oh,
Because it's
interesting.
just juicy.
And none of this would happen if Tim and I hadn't met at that thing, and I met Tim for D&D, and then he got me to read Stormlight, and then I made Crit and MK read Stormlight.
How it
Yep.
happens.
Arch, come here.
I still hold to the fact that once I have read Stormlight stuff appropriately, Tim has to watch Attack on Titan.
Oh, Attack on Titans. Yeah, I'll get into that. I did try to get into Critical Role. That was the other agreement.
That
we-
one I'll give you a pass on. That one's there's just too much there for me to expect someone to get into it. If
just
you do,
wasn't. I mean, I
awesome.
tried. I listened to a bunch of them. It's just I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
Did you ever watch Vox Machina on Prime?
We
the
did
anime?
watch that. We watched the
the animated
think
show.
most-
That's all anyone can ask. I'm so glad they came out with that because it's like it's such an easier like. I want you to understand this really important thing. You don't have to listen to all the hours and watch the YouTube, but like just watch the series. That's so extremely wonderful.
And has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for both seasons still.
Wow.
Crazy. Yep. Good stuff.
I can't remember. I was trying to remember yesterday what season 2. Like I just don't. Oh, it's a little hard to remember all of season 2. Where does season 2 end? I can't remember.
It ends with Raishan revealing herself at the table, and we see Lance Reddick as Thordak talking about my new army, and then it cuts out.
I can't picture when they kill the black dragon. It's by Umbrasyl.
Oh,
Scanlan used
Scanlan.
the sword.
Myth Carver.
Oh,
That was a
gotcha.
great. The last 3 episodes of that season are, I think, the best 3 episodes of the show.
I need to watch season 2 again because I've seen season 1 at least once or twice.
So good.
Still
for
no
now-
release date for season 3.
They've mentioned it on a Four-Sided Dive that they have the information. They have to just be careful about when they reveal it and stuff. And I think the SAG strike stuff did affect them in minor ways.
Right.
Even though animation's like outside of that or whatever. But point being is, I bet we'll get news about it within the next 2 months, I would guess. Even if it doesn't launch till.
I was forgetting to use Loaf in that fight. Damn it.
I imagine Loaf as like this Neopet that he was just so happy and
Neopet?
unbothered by being trapped in the little cubby magical hole, and then now you've been either carrying him around or he's stuffed somewhere, and he's just like,
I like to picture him in like a half sack hanging from my backpack. Or, like he's just like
Nice.
like loafing in there, and I was like, "Fuck, Loaf! I forgot you were here. I could have been using you." Not the top of my game.
It's like a carrier, and he's got his arms and his feet sticking out of it on your back.
Should I? Okay.
I can see there's no great way out of this for me. Spare my life and I'll let you walk out of here.
Yeah, don't get in our way.
Deal.
Burlap will start getting some rope. I'm gonna drag him into the top left room.
Oh shit, is this really necessary?
They'll be fine. He'll get released in a bit. Rome, can you help me? And I'll just like, oh nope, Rome is a bird. Never mind.
Telperion helps you.
I'll have Telperion to help me, and I just want to like. Actually, Telperion, you check that other room.
Oh yeah.
I'll bring the gentleman over to this room.
I open this door.
You open it and you see it's a very small bunk room, 2 makeshift wooden beds with some foot lockers at the base, likely for whatever soldiers are on duty or shift here either now or overnight. You're not sure.
I look for gold in the footlockers.
You can open the foot lockers. There are, in your room, there are 4 short swords you can grab if you want. There are 2 gold purses, coin purses, as well as some generic sort of like casual wear vestments and stuff.
I'll snag the coin purses.
Shaggy will fly over to Bird Realm and start like miming, and I'm assuming we can communicate with one another since we're of like mind.
You can try.
And he'll suggest you should peck out that guy's tongue so he can't tell anybody about us.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's already surrendered.
Yeah,
but Roulette, while they're considering
Weird.
things,
he's still telling them.
what do you do with that soldier in that room? There are similarly 2 cots there with some foot lockers.
Why don't we just throw him back in one of the cells?
Oh, is the fire still burning? The hell flame fire still burning from what we can see?
You can see it has diminished, but it is certainly diminishing way more slowly than what a typical fire might have done to this stonework floor. Normally, that would just scatter maybe some cinders and dissipate, but this is still burning. You may need to find a way of putting it out or let it over longer time wear out.
Just sit him in the room for a few minutes and maybe.
I'm going to like I'll bind his hands and feet, and I'm gonna tie him to like one of the beds or whatever the heaviest thing in that room is. And I will. He's probably not going to Misty Step, but to keep him from screaming, I will throw a gag in his mouth just to shut him up.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Just for how capably. Okay, 15's pretty good. You think you've tied him up pretty sufficiently.
I will keep the door open, and I'm just going to stand right here while we're conversing. Anyone got a good idea on how we're getting out of here? Mathematically?
Fly into the sky as fast as we can. Glide to the coast.
There's Wyverns coming after us. I don't know if that's going to make...
I know Shaggy can outpace it. Once we get on our sails, we can
Shaggy
dash
flex.
and outpace them.
Okay, wait. How about this? Invisibility. I do a potion. You and Toby. Rome. You cast the spell that pass without trace, and then you turn really small and ride on my invisible shoulder as a spider.
All right, I de-transform. I cast Pass Without Trace.
Well, you don't have to do that yet. That's
Never
just
mind. I didn't do it.
That's my proposal. I see you starting. I was like, that's just my idea. Do you guys like that idea?
You've got a potion. That doesn't get Shaggy invisible. Do we roll him up again and put him in the hole? Okay.
I will...
But Shaggy can fly. Shaggy mimes with his little.
Yeah, I
can't get Shaggy invisible, though.
I think, well, that's if Rome casts Pass Without Trace. I almost think no Pass Without Trace, but everyone invisible is probably better.
Because you could do potion, I could get me and Toby,
Rome
Rome
can
can
get her
get
and
her and Shaggy, and then we just invisible
Fly away.
fly away. We also have our kite sails that we can just...
Exactly. We only have to get so high and then levitate and...
DM, also during this moment, I am going to be donning all my shit again.
Okay.
So just back to shield and breastplate and everything else.
Couple minutes start to go by, and you're not sure when shift change might be or whatever, but lunch has been provided for you all recently, so it could be a good opportunity for you guys to take a few minutes here.
I'm gonna
wormhide breastplate on if that's what you're intending to do.
I don't know if we're gonna have long enough to short rest here, or attune. But I'm gonna start trying to attune my cloak, Elven cloak, for the sneakiness.
I will see you doing that. I'm like, I think we have 5 minutes
Yeah, I
tops
don't
to get
think
out of here.
hour.
That's fine.
If we put Shaggy, and I will pet Shaggy daintily. If we throw Shaggy back in the hole, at least for now, I can get myself and Toby and Rome. You can invisible Telperion. That's all of us, and we just ride 4 kite sails straight up and towards the coast.
We do have to concentrate on that magic, so I think the best way is we can cast that spell, then go invisible. Well, no, we can't. I think we need to have a way to fly up without the levitation, and then we can still double dash as we just glide with them. Because if we
do we have to concentrate? Are you saying we have to concentrate on the kite sails?
On casting levitate. We don't have to concentrate flying them and double dashing. So like, Shaggy can get us in the air, Rome can get us in the air. Can you still run in the air? Roulette, can you?
I will
fly?
say, if you read carefully on the wind sail, it does say, additionally, you can use an action to activate the wing's glyphs to replicate the levitate spell, targeting only the wind sail itself and requiring no concentration.
Oh. Okay.
So it's not technically a spell. It's a sort of an effect that replicates a spell.
So we can activate it, go invisible, walk outside, start levitating.
But here's the thing: the Wyverns might be able to smell us. I'm just thinking, if Rome rides on my shoulder as a small creature, and I use my potion, and she can pass without trace us, it might be that necessary. they find us right now, our loss condition is if they detect us, and I don't know that invisibility is enough to get past those keen-scented wyvern riders.
I'll go up to Shaggy. Are you willing to hide away for just a few minutes in order for us to get Jiri and all of us to safety?
Shaggy's little tassels, he puts them down, so he looks sad, but then he says, okay. He agrees.
Mhm.
And rolls up into a carpet roll.
Alright, Shaggy into portable hole.
I will pick up the portable hole around the neck.
Just
At-
because.
At some point, we should do an inventory of what's in the bag of holding, what's in the portable hole. We're not out maxing their max capacity, are we?
No, because I think
don't
everything
we
that was
are,
thrown, everything that was thrown into the portable hole was like what we were wearing, like
It's just our
armor,
active
armor and
gear,
stuff.
and
So
nothing else.
I think for the most part, it's empty apart from
Okay, cool.
Shaggy right now.
Yeah, it's really empty. It can hold a lot. I'm gonna just while we're looking, I'm gonna go see if there's gold in these things. Great.
You are able to once more, if you would like, get an additional 4 short swords if you want to pick those up and carry them. But there are an additional 2 gold coin purses in there as well.
All right.
Okay, so final tally of what we're doing. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and Tobirama.
After we activate the
I don't-
effect of the wind
it's-
sail.
We can do it before because it replicates. It's not casting a spell. It's just an action to do it. It does not. And I will confirm this with the DM based on what he just said and what I'm reading on.
Based on especially Roulette thinking through this, you think it's an activation of a magic item rather than casting a spell.
And
It's
it
just
will
a
not
tactic
break concentration on.
You don't think it will.
Okay.
I cast invisibility. Not yet. I will on myself and Tobirama.
Rome will cast Pass Without Trace
And
before
then-
shrinking into Telperian's pocket. And then we all fly out of here.
After Telperian downs the potion of invisibility.
Correct.
That's my follow-up.
Okay.
Is there any?
Okay.
Is the fire down yet? I mean, we talked for 5 more minutes. Did that fire go down?
Slightly.
Like we can't walk over it though.
It would still damage you to walk through it.
Is
Yeah.
there anything else you wanted to steal or loot from the office? We
I
didn't
would
really.
like to get out of here if we're
Okay, that's
we're-
fine.
going. Longer we stay here.
Alright, Rome, would you be willing to detransform?
I detransform, I cast Pass Without a Trace, and then I transform into a Spidey. Climb into Telperion's pocket.
Okay. And now the remaining 3 of us need to get invisible. We need to get this table out of the way.
Oh yeah.
I will help Telperian move the table out of the way.
With my 20 strength, I probably can move it before I mean, we're good. I just
Wow, misogyny, live and well in us.
misogyny. You're working on spells. Is there anything else that would avail us if, we took one moment before rushing? Did anyone need to heal?
I mean, I can pass out the last of my low-level magics to heal us more. I'm at full. I know you guys are still
29.
wounded. So I will, before invisibility is cast, do 3 healing words at first level. 2 to Telperian, 1 to Roulette.
Thank you.
Telperian gets 10 and 10. Roulette gets 11.
Oh, that feels good. I'm at 69.
Nice. Wind sails out. Everyone put a hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you.
We need to not use our individual flying speeds because we need to stay close to Rome for her magic. So let's just only use the levitation to ascend.
Yes, yeah.
I wish we could make an invisible string to connect us.
All right. Considering heading out of here, up the stairs.
Sorry, I was muted.
No.
Say it again, Alex.
I said I spin some spider silk to connect us all.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I cast a 3rd level invisibility on myself and Bobby Rama.
I hand a sending stone to Roulette. Just in case.
Put it in my pocket.
It's mine. It's the other half of mine that my sister made. And just in case we got separated or something.
Ah.
We don't have sending like Toby does. And Rome is earthy and creepy. She can find us. And she's in my pocket. I downed the potion of invisibility.
Okay,
Jailbreak
you-
is the best time ever to use this.
You and your gear turn invisible. I don't think Rome's spider form turns invisible due to your potion. So there
She
will
does
be
not.
a spider floating in the air where you move. But hopefully that's not enough to draw significant attention.
Rome, for right now, just go on top of my boot or something. That way, you're on the ground.
Spiders?
Spiders fly through the air.
That's what a gossamer is.
Yeah, dude.
Ugh, 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 ugh.
Yeah, that's how they get across rivers.
Our DMs are
I have seen
arachnophobia.
Chris brings down
I-
the might of God to smite this flying spider.
Yes, that's true. But also, I've seen dope shit where spiders will just let their silk blow into the breeze and then it carries them out like a parachute. That's sick.
Yeah, dude.
That's what a gossamer is. Yeah.
Yeah, super fucking gross though.
That's super funny.
Okay. Up the stairs.
Yes.
As you start to move up the stairs, you come to the sort of cellar door that needs to be thrown open to emerge back where you know it will lead on the upper
Can
map of Lux
I
Monastery.
listen at the top of it and see if I can hear movement action on the other side?
Go for it. Go ahead and roll perception with advantage.
Auto, it does 25.
25 is very good. You hear the breeze of the winter air blowing past the wood of this cellar door. You don't hear any footsteps, voices, noises of concern near the door.
Okay. I will raise it. I won't throw it back, but I'm also not going to take forever. I'm just going to open it, start climbing out.
Okay. I'm going to move us to this screen. And I might have to adjust some things based on you guys' level of current status and invisibility, but and it also may take a second to load. This map is rather large. But functionally, and we'll just leave you guys all visible here, but we know you're all invisible, and Rome is wild-shaped, and Jiri is in the necklace. But you guys all emerge here on the map, if you're able to see it. Having just emerged or pushed your way open through the cellar door to tell what's in your surrounding area, and you can tell that there are no individuals just near you, but you can, off through the distance under this overhang, see that there are 2 infernal spheres, and now that you're peeking your head above ground, you can hear the light conversation of people off in the distance, either training to the north and south, as well as, although they're not visible right now, and therefore you're not visible to them, even if you would be, there are wyverns that you know are positioned throughout the roof of this facility.
I, with my 29 passive perception, wait to hear Roulette and Tilperion also climb out of the hatch.
Feel a tug of the spider silk between us as I nudge that I'm next to you.
And then windsail time.
Sweet.
Okay, Telperion, Toby, and Roulette being the only ones that need to trigger this at this time. You 3 enact your wind sails.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You can feel the force of the glyph take hold, and the wings begin to expand, and you 3 can start feeling yourself ascend into the air.
Switch.
with +1 to stealth, so
Never mind, that's true.
yeah, with
Well.
2 +1s, we needed the pass without a trace
Sorry, mine's a +2. Technically +6.
because you can make it.
Uh-huh.
So we start to ascend.
You begin
Ascend.
to ascend.
Wait, what? Before we go, what direction did we towards the coast,
coast
which we
is
know is
west.
west of here?
Yeah.
You know is west, which functionally on map would be due left.
Okay. I would nudge us as we're going up and whisper, say, past that door, above, west.
Okay. As you guys transition further up, I will show the final bits of centuries. There are, as you begin to ascend, are you guys seeing those? Hopefully,
Yep.
token, not
That's
map.
it.
You are beginning to see as you escalate or ascend, rather, the 4 Wyvernites on the top of the roof that have the highest vantage point, and therefore the best view of the landscape, and are likely to be your biggest threat. But slowly and silently, the wind sails carry you upward, and although the beasts sort of just are generally looking around and sort of amusing themselves, occasionally grooming their claws and etc., are generally looking out, but you're not noticing any smelling, hearing, active perception taking place in this moment. A minute goes by, you're able to get pretty high.
That's 200.
A minute and a half. 2 minutes. And you think over the course of 3 or 4 minutes, you're able to start really working into Levitate spell's duration, and you are 100 or 200 feet above Lux Monastery at this point. And you think probably out of their radius of possible smelling for sure, maybe hearing, depending on how quiet you are. Are you guys going to start moving?
Double dashing. Because
I guess I'd go for a 5th minute. Can you
10 minutes is max height.
Yeah, how far is the coast from Lux Monastery?
You think you've got a couple hundred yards, so maybe
Oh.
1,000 or more feet. Lux Monastery was built overlooking the ocean, so it's not very far, but you can tell that there's like a path down there so that squadrons might have used it to check out the coast at times. You're not sure if that landscape is patrolled right now or not, but
So after our 5th minute, knowing how this works, we have plenty of
Plenty.
space now.
plenty of horizontal, yeah.
Okay.
Plenty of vertical to achieve the horizontal.
And if we land in the ocean, we still have walk.
I guess
on
after
water.
5 minutes we could start.
Roulette would whisper, patience, a little higher. And I will make us wait until like 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
Till we are near the top of our thing.
All right, it starts to get real cold up here as your elevation increases and you are being batted around a little bit more by the winds up here. It's getting rather cold, but the ascension is so slow that it's not making much noise at all. But you know that when you start to really move, it's going to make noise.
With the wind.
You're pretty damn high.
Okay, let's stop. Let's just start going. We have more than we need.
I'll point out like a single point of reference on the ground and say, aim for that, circle around if you need to. But actually, go straight for it. Stay close to this little floating spider you see.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, because we can see
Okay.
the spider, so
That's
that
easy.
will help us.
And we start descending.
Start to move. I would like everyone to please make a stealth check, or primarily, Rome included. Jiri doesn't need to make one, but the rest of you make a stealth check. Advantage
Is it at
if
a-
you're invisible.
22.
Uh,
Or 2 12s.
27.
Oh wait, I'm 23 actually.
28.
Wow.
34.
Very nice.
Even with advantage, I rolled 2 12s, which would have been 13. So the pass without trace was life.
I will give. We'll say the closest one can make its perception check. You begin to move through the air, not even needing to double dash with how much elevation you bought yourself. And so that probably inherently helps the stealth effort that you're not requiring to use your full flight of speed. And you make it to this screen.
A new map.
Oh my god. I hate
Daisy is not currently visible, attached to Roulette's hip, I imagine. But as you begin to approach the coast, you can see that there's a squadron of Durastians on one of the sort of outcroppings near this area, generally patrolling the area, but not far enough down near the coast to be on the coast. And you also see, almost motionless, but from your vantage point, it's easy to catch its coloration, a sentry infernal sphere down here too. Telperion. Actually, all of you, go ahead and make a perception check. Telperion can make this with advantage.
Oh, I like that.
Wow, Rome.
I think 21.
22.
Anyone that beat 20, which in this case is Toby, Rome, and Telperion, you see that down near the coast, I'm going to hopefully make all this visible here. Very well camouflaged are a half dozen Wingelian crest rider longboats. They seem to blend perfectly into the coloration of the sea behind them, but you can just make out that they're perfectly symmetrical holes that are designed to allow them to cut effortlessly through the choppy near-shore waves. And this tint of strange shimmering silver material that dangles from the boats, sort of lazily drifting in the current of the waters. You, Toby and Rome, are particularly perceptive and are able to see them. Telperion, the only reason you're able to is because you had a suspicion of what to look for here. But these boats will be able to provide a rather rapid exit as long as you can successfully board them. They seem to be manned by about 4 Selethar per boat, and for these half dozen ships or so, there's, quite a few people, almost 30 or so Selethar that are keeping a low profile along the coast and are not noticed by the squadron nearby.
Will you put the name in the chat?
Yes.
And we are landed off the windsills at this point.
You are still coasting toward the coast right now. You have enough elevation where if you want to overshoot the boats and land in the waters to sort of swim up to them, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, you'll have to find another way. Oh, walk up to them because you do have water walk. You are able to do that if you would like to. Otherwise, you'll need to make your way through the map functionally. But
definitely friendly boats, though, of.
Yes.
Okay.
Unquestionably elven design. And Telperion recognizes.
Do we like elves?
Underutilized in his culture, but still available for those that venture to the coast.
All right, let's land in the water past them, and then we'll walk up and reveal ourselves to them.
I'll pass it. With the water.
Would
You guys are able to, in your stealth, and the way you moved through this space, able to sail entirely westward on this map, overshoot the boats if you want, and allow yourself to coast downward, touching down on the choppy waves, which it would still be considered difficult terrain in this situation because of the uneven footing, but you are able to stand on the waves, though the cold does still although the water wicks from your form with the water walk, it still is very cold here.
I'm like kind of gliding with Koda's yukata. Is it like kind of like floating around a little surfy on the with the difficult terrain?
Roulette does not stand on the water. She's like 15 feet in the air.
But then I will think I'll just give a quick blast to each of the boats from range. That full winds are here. We're gonna mount invisibly and we're ready to take off.
You see the one you had on each boat as you do this. You see some stifled movement, and they realize that you all are here, and they prepare. You can see their elven cloaks of elven kind that are helping them camouflage themselves into the background, as with the property of these boats begin to move and prepare for the journey. You see some of these individuals grasp onto oars, and you know there's sufficient space on these boats for one or two of you to join each, but not necessarily all group on one.
I say out loud to the crew, me and Rome will take the first boat.
I will purposely walk over to the furthest boat north. Is it like a sailboat? Is there like a crow's nest, or no? Is it just like
It
low?
seems like
it's a
almost
low
like
boat?
a long canoe almost, and there
Gotcha.
are paddle row availability for them, which they're now grasping onto, but there doesn't seem to be any sail. Go ahead and make an Arcana check though, Roulette.
Oh, interesting. These boats aren't actually here.
That would be cool.
10.
No, you
I
don't
make
see
an Arcana
any-
check.
You may
Better be.
not, because you already have a suspicion of what might happen here.
Ooh.
Although it escapes Roulette's knowledge and understanding in this moment,
8.
you know, Telperion, the functionality of this barely visible translucent silver drapery hanging off the side of the boats. And as you guys...
Wait, I hold up Spider Rome and I say, Rome, look, little spider with silk.
Mhm.
And actually, we're still visible though.
And you guys take positions on your boats. Toby, which boat are you on?
I'll take.
Go ahead and place
Just mine.
yourselves on the boats. Obviously, Jiri is with Toby, Rome, and Telperion
We're
can stay together.
we're under the boats.
Yeah, when I play some.
Oh, gotcha. So just near is helpful for me. Perfect. As you touch down, they can feel and hear your arrivals kind of creaking on the woods. Prince, are we ready to set sail?
My knowledge, yes. Hoping my friends made it on their boats, respectively.
Very well.
We're very glad to see you.
Elethawenyan. With an elvish whisper off the barely audible from the captain at the helms, from his voice, the translucent shifting drapery animate into thin translucent silver wings reminiscent of a dragonfly hawk that defy the present winds, and swiftly alongside the rowing oars of the Selethar help give a huge amount of force to the departure of these boats. Enough to churn the waters a bit, but otherwise make it away more quickly than even wyverns in the distance have time to adapt to. And you begin upon your boats a full speed trek southward. With every cresting wave as the boat rises and then it ebbs and pulls back down, the boat continues to hover and skim for moments at a time, hovering with each undulation of the sea before the hull gently touches back down into the water and effectively facilitates much faster boat travel than normal ships would be able to accommodate, though they are small. And as you all sail away from Lux Monastery, you hear in the back of your mind, "This is most frustrating. I hope you find the brands comfortable. They will delay you for a time, but perhaps I should have put more stringent protections against this. Next time I will expend I will spare no expense and put you under every lock and key I have available. You just can hear this almost in frustration for the first time you've heard from her, the voice of Moira, expending spell after spell after spell to communicate to you, and you're fleeing.
I
She
love
has somehow learned of your escape.
Oh yeah, obviously.
She's leaving so many voicemails.
Yes, for sure. So many unanswered texts.
Yeah.
Just a wall of blue or green.
All caps Facebook comments, endless.
And as you escape from Lux Monastery, you all level up to level 11.
Yeet.
That is official, and you now know functionally the effect
We have
of
to
the
hit a long
brand.
rest.
Yeah, you do have to complete the long rest to avail you of the new capabilities potentially, but you have managed that. And you get the sense you get a sense of functionality of the brand. You're not sure all the fine print, but while it is on your form, anytime you are hit by some sort of threatening attack, no longer are the days of mitigating harm. It is doing quite the opposite now and will further harm you with every strike you receive. For some undisclosed amount of time, you're not sure how long this might affect you.
So Hyperion is wondering if, from your wording, he's trying to puzzle through, like, maybe as long as our deal was for, as long as her mitigation of harm, because it's the inverse. And, like, knowing what she said of my brand, the inversion of and the duration of, like, its benefit or boon.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But you all reach level 11.
Woo.
And over the course of the next several hours, you are able to ride in surprising comfort, as although the sweeping winds are chilling you, there's no rockiness in the sailing. Even as the waves buoy up and down, these boats are made to maintain a very smooth ride in choppy shores. And they spend hours bringing you south rapidly. Is there anything you guys want to do in your journey southward along the coast?
Yeah, I take out my spellbook to message Minerva.
Okay.
And I send a message to her saying, I'll think about what I want to send.
Okay.
How
How about anything with Jiri? Is Jiri still contained within the necklace?
Yeah, I wanna
Nobody's
wait
let me
till-
out,
Yeah, I
then
wanna
I'm gonna
wait
be-
until we're on a bigger boat, but I do want to do that.
I think each boat can hold 2 people, Toby. 2 of us.
Again.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get Jiri out and very carefully with the quick pace of the boats without having the wind mess things up. I'll cast Greater Restoration to try and lower Jiri's exhaustion level by 1.
Okay.
Getting rid of
With your diamond
components.
expended, Jiri, you do feel for the first time like you're even able to take a damn breath that fully filled your lungs. You're still exhausted beyond compare in your life, but you at least begin to maintain some version of mobility over your physicality.
Your speed is no longer
Yeah.
0.
So Jiri's able to crawl and kind of like prop himself up against like a railing or like the mast or something like that and just kind of sit there.
And I'll just be generally tending to him. I suspect that most of it is outside of the mundane stuff, but just seeing if there's anything I can do to help him out.
Passive medicine, you do get the sense that that is the case. There are no obvious wounds to bandage or scars to heal, etc., at least from a physical standpoint.
Well, yeah, but Jiri does not look like his normal self. He does not look
It
very
definitely
healthy.
has
His hair's
withered,
falling out.
Yeah,
His
some atrophy
skin,
going on.
it looks a little rotten.
Yeah.
Can I don't think I interrupted anything, right? Okay.
I'm just reading
so
it now.
yeah, the message to Minerva: escape with Selithar. She knows but freedom. Where are you? Where will boats take us? What need I know most immediately?
You see writing appear in the script. They're taking you to me, and then I, with all of you, are going home. The only response that returns to you at that time. Anyone else want to mention anything they're doing on a cold but smooth boat ride?
I would like to execute that long rest, and in doing so, change my circle of the land to circle of the coast. Since we're on the
You will be able to undergo that long rest for sure when you get to a destination suitable for it. Not enough time for a long rest on these boats. However, you are
Short rest?
definitely able to sufficiently attune to the nature of this coast to facilitate your transformation over the course of that
Nice.
long rest.
What does Rome look like now?
She looks like, like kelp and seaweed, kind of like a sea monster.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Do we hit short rest?
Yes, you
Yeah.
guys can definitely take a short rest at least.
I regain 1 arcane spell slot.
Roulette is going to say a little silent prayer as Pensilium's arms and legs, towards the end of the boat journey, retract, and he just becomes it becomes a little pencil again as Tiny Servant wears off.
Very well.
I will attune the boots of Boost and Blaze, and I'm actually going to swap into my cloak. I'm going to have my furry cloak on for the griffin's warmth, but also get my ring protection going too.
Yes, any other attunements that could happen during a short rest are welcome for you guys to all do. Yeah. You escaped around lunchtime-ish, early afternoon. The sun sets rather still beautifully over the western horizon, but very early in the day, and so there are hours of travel at night in the dark along the coast. But eventually you come to a beach side with a sort of outcropping sheer cliff face that overlooks the ocean, and you can see that there are trees up ahead, sort of up on the precipice of this ascension of elevation. The boats touch down, and the Selethar start to break down the boats as if they were sort of modular and able to be moved more quickly. But 2 of them come up to your group as you've reappeared from your invisibility over the course of that ride, and they say, Prince, Forsaken Winds, the princess should just be up the hill.
I run forward, kind of not with a lot of decorum.
I
guess I'm carrying Jerry.
I don't hold Tilperion back, but I definitely keep pace with him and make him slow down to stay pace with my not full pace.
Well, and then I realize Jerry's just in the boat, like in fetal position still. And I go back and I say, oh shit, Jerry, how are you?
Yeah, I feel like Jerry would have tried to. Wait, did we get Jerry's clothes out? Because I feel like he would have tried to put his clothes on. He's kind of naked right now.
That was definitely available. Yeah.
All he had was his tabby, so his butt's been out.
Like a hospital gown.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrap it, or I get your tabby back on your butt, and I help get you all in your shit, and then pick you up. I scoop you.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to sort of, what's it called? Sort of freshen up on the coast. Make sure all your gear is on appropriately. Make sure you're adequately armed with your normal stuff. And
Just
you
for
guys can head up the hill together.
Okay. I do, as I'm carrying Jerry, I want to ask him, Jerry, we made it out of there. We got your weird metal daddy thing. Maybe we can give it back to you.
I suppose so. That's it. Doesn't seem like he's too happy right now. Or too talkative, I should say.
But yeah, as you crest the hill, you can see a very small tent with a couple of Selethar around it, as well as one individual that's particularly recognizable, Sevendrin, Minerva's close attendant and bodyguard, are available at the tent. And Minerva will eagerly walk to all of you around the small campfire and exchange a hug with her brother, as well as an arm clasp with all of the Forsaken Winds and the 2 Selethar that attended your ascension up this hillside. Thank goodness. I do not mean to cut any celebration short, but next, our father. Come, we've much to discuss. There are new allies in Athenian.
How are we getting there?
Come into my tent. A similar magic as I used actually to arrive in time for your all's interaction with Ezrin months ago. Come, a small stone slate arcane tablet that will facilitate our transportation. And she will guide you all into the tent. And if Tobirama, Rome, Jiri, Roulette, and Telperion, as well as any pets, constructs, things are within a tight-knit circle, Minerva and Sevendrin standing side by side as well. Minerva will grab this very thin slate tablet that has all these runes on it. Are we ready?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Immediately you get a radiation of magic from the stone tablet, and it does seem to be elvish script, conjuration magic. It seems to meet your criteria of doing what she said it does.
Anything else apart from the tablet and like stuff on us?
Her wand, her sword on her hip, Sevendrin's sword, some gear on her.
I am gonna do an insight check. I'm gonna gauge Minerva, Sevendrin, these 2 Selethar with us. Trying to learn from our mistakes.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll just tell Minerva, it was like, we've been getting spied on. I just want to see what we got going on. And I will cast Detect Magic to do that.
Okay. With a 19, she seems believable. She is a diplomat and her mother's daughter and is rather adept at navigating court relationships. You don't read any deceptive vibes from her.
Good to go, Minerva.
Very well. Dunor Aluve Athenian. And she cracks the tablet. And as it turns to dust in her hands, all of you see a shimmering of color and magic around you. And you feel, without any breeze, wind rushing past your face. And you arrive in the very center of a familiar city. In an amphitheater where you all once gave a play, the very center of Athenian. All right, let us make our way to Nightlamp Palace. Good job in escaping, by the way, everyone. Mirage and I have had an enjoyable time since meeting, theorizing over arcane pursuits, and when he suggested he could slip you all one item, we are eager to facilitate your escape. Based on the magics I suspect are at play, I am sorry if that caused any lingering effects. If a deal has been broken, if those repercussions are painful, damaging to our cause, please let us know, but perhaps when we are in the attendance of the Aranil and the Queen.
Oh, right.
Noticeably,
good
she can
friends.
say Aranil and the queen. Yeah.
I will pray for guidance on the lingering effects of our escape when we are afforded the time.
The comfort, although even if suspicious due to recent events or past history, comfort does sort of start to take hold in some of your forms, as now that you're seeing people, elves, Athenian, or Ithilwinge moving throughout Athenian, you can tell that you are in a shelter, a haven of sorts for now, and that the Minerva at your side seems to have no deceptive measures in place, and she is escorting you to the Aranil for a meeting. You are safe, and you will sleep well tonight if you can, because furnished bedrooms will be available for you as esteemed guests of this army and this people specifically. What did I do?
Sorry.
That was funny.
Yeah, Topirian's definitely like walking through, like feeling like he's got a much like instantly like more of a spring in his step a little bit, just like from the nature of like this is his second time home in the campaign, but in general like a really long time. So it's just instantly a little bit like a cleanse on him. And he definitely just stays really close to Minerva as they're walking through the streets, holding Jiri, but also like not wanting to stray from her side.
Jiri will ask you to put him down, and he'll walk, but like have his arm on you so that you're like supporting him.
Perfect. Well, you are led through the pathways and minor roads in between this city, all the way toward Nightlamp Palace, where you know is home to, it is Keep Loonsong, home to the Loonsong family. And you are able to arrive there in the familiar steps leading up to the palace, the Great Hall, and then Minerva, without losing a step, asks Savendrin to linger back with the Selethar and continues forward briskly with you all at her side, leading through the throne room proper and toward a small meeting room behind. She nods in acknowledgement to the two guards at that door, and they nod in response to her and allow all of your passing, and they say, "Greetings, Forsaken Winds. Glad you are able to join us." And you are able to move within, where there is a single individual waiting for you with her back turned, and she turns around to greet you in your arrival. Aranil Tinufea Loonsong, Telperian's mother and queen of the Ithilwinge. My son, and my daughter, and the Forsaken Winds, you have returned to us safely. I am sorry for your recent hardships, and I thank you for not falling. We
At
have
this
much to
point,
discuss.
I'm like hugging her.
Sure.
I've like left
sort
Jiri.
of breaking from protocol for a
Yeah.
minute and bashing traditional greetings. You're welcome to sort of go embrace your mom.
And I say, you diplomats don't have to initiate hugs, but I'm going to.
I'll step up under Jiri's arm.
I do not fault you for it, and I enjoy it. Good work getting here. I do wish to hear of your experiences in your captivity. Minerva has kept me well informed, and we have received information of other ongoings in Croatia as well. We have much to discuss. I do think I would like to offer attendance to one of our other guests. And she just looks across the room to where another door is shut and an attendant opens it up. And within a glimpse at the room past, you can see Kari, the Dusk of the Queen, in there. But she lingers back and allows, for the first time in a long time, you
Yes,
to see
queens!
Alaya, the lavender-skinned tiefling queen, who has been your ally in the past, but you have not seen her for months and months.
You didn't have this for her initially, right?
I did not. I have updated it since then.
This is awesome.
Still the familiar horns, darker than her skin tone, but still a sort of purplish coloration, but they sort of curl around her head and then point up toward the back. She is not wearing her distinct, at one time, crown with a third central horn reaching up out of it. Not sure why she does not have that with her, but she has been awarded some very clearly elven black silk robes that she now wears, and is a striking image next to your own mother, who have sort of a very different color palette, but both inherently very regal women in positions of great power currently and formerly.
Before anything else, and I'm like kind of, moving away from my mom a little bit, I just think to her, obviously we can talk later, but I'm sorry.
You just see your mom's eyes sort of blink slowly, and her glance falls to the floor for just a moment. It is good to meet again, all of you. Much has happened since you saved my life in Prism Palace and escaped Croatia, or Ostennis, rather. I wish we had time to catch up under more casual circumstances, but I must thank you profusely? She doesn't stutter over that like the DM does. For seeking these allies in the forests and wilds to the south. Your actions are perhaps the only thing keeping my homeland within reach once more. Although Kari, myself, and even Magnus were able to escape the notice of Durast's invasion for some time, we were in no position to overthrow their power in our region. You have facilitated that, and I am eternally in your debt. I hope one day that might mean something again. But I am no queen right now, nor do I have caches of gold or sundries to offer you. But I do have information. Number one, which I have already made available to the Aranil. Based on the reports I've received from Magnus and my dusk, Kari, glancing backward toward her in the previous room, it appears the troops that you all marched alongside to the west of Athros have been taken to Mersenia, the nearest Durastian stronghold. The rest of your forces, it would appear, have reinforced Athros in the past week, supplying it with foodstuffs and arsenal of weaponry. It is effectively under our control, as is Olandris in truth, now that Magnus was able to facilitate a full invasion of our remaining troops. I extend to you my deepest sympathies in person, as this is the first time it would appear we are together without Gallus, the man who facilitated our first meeting. I am thankful that he did. And let's jump zooms.
Oh, jump zoom.
Jump zoom!
Jump. Ooh.
It's a few hours.
Pocket spider.
Yeah, only lasts a few hours, and I would say had time to prepare herself in whatever way she wanted to engage this audience. But it is functionally the very middle of night as this almost probably midnight or maybe even past during this meeting, as you arrived late on the shores to meet with Minerva, and now are speaking with these two individuals. probably early, very bright early morning of the following day. Not bright, but early morning. Just after midnight or so. And I will get the date available for us next time. We know you've been through a lot. I can only speak for myself, but although we must exchange words and have many conversations, I'm sure, I know the Aranil has been gracious enough to offer me a guest suite at this location, as well as I'm sure you are all desperate for rest and recovery. We can reconvene in the morning, if we'd all like. And the Aranil just continues to nod at Elia's words. Indeed. Unless there is anything we need to discuss immediately, just know that come morning, or whatever conversations we wish to have, there is a plan in place to break free the general, and further ambitious still.
There's one thing we would like to tell you before we part for the evening. Can you take out the crystal, Roulette? And I want to pull Jiri up a little bit.
The what?
Whatever houses our friend's friend.
Oh, I'll retrieve that from the portable hole because I believe that's the last remaining item that's in there.
I love the idea of us being like, hang on, adventure moment, throwing out the portable hole mid throne room to fish out from like the crate.
It's also 10 feet deep, so I'm jumping into it.
Yes.
I'm like trying to like pull Jiri forward with some dignity, and I picture Roulette like comically in this hole. Yeah.
I pull it out. I put it on a wall and I step in it and I pull it back out.
Perfect. You come out with this sort of 8-inch diameter wooden base with a 6-inch diameter arcane crystal mounted and attached to it, and it just contains that amorphous Vantablack sludge.
As you are the ones in charge with the plan for saving the general, which I'm so grateful that those plans exist, I need to tell you what our next move is as a small group. The reason why we made the deal with her to go was because she said she would not be leaving without this one. And I kind of hold Jiri forward because he's like,
Yeah, he's like trying to obviously like slink to the back, but he's got his head down. He's kind of just looking like he's like embarrassed to even be in the company of everyone else right now.
She considered it imperative to experiment on him, so much so that she set up that whole trap for us to be taken with her. So we didn't leave him to go alone. We went with him. She extracted this from him, and I'll like levitate the crystal towards me, like, which she had initially, he left her lab and imparted himself with in the beginning, and he's been struggling with this affliction or this creature, this entity ever since. We need to try to perhaps get it back into him, and I think we will need the clerics for this. And I can tell you all about her research and the specifics and what she hoped to learn, but our friend here is very unwell, and we could perhaps talk in the presence of, what's our friend's name? The cleric who did what's your character's name?
Talia Silwind, who with Silme, we did end on the name Silme, didn't we? Or did we change it late?
I mean, I have been like calling her slime because I think it's funny, but
Okay.
So yeah,
Yes.
between Talia and Silme, the Aranil will nod in acknowledgement of your proposal, and yet, yes, I will reach out to the Eclipse at once and see whom they have available to assist us with understanding the nature of this thing.
I would add too that I believe that it's going to require all of us to venture into the depths of Jiri's mind in order to reconstruct the damage that's been done.
Very well. Let us hope we can facilitate something like that. I will reach out at once. Come morning, members of their enclave will be available to us. Minerva, your experiments with this dread iron have provided some additional insight, have they not? Yes, Aranil, I wish to be involved in this meeting. Perhaps there are small traits I can reveal to us all so that we might better understand its nature. Very well. I am eager to speak with all of you, the Aranil says, Telperian's mom, on the specifics of our plan. But it will need to move forward quickly. If I can, we would like to utilize your capabilities in this measure. It wouldn't be letting you recover for very long, but in 2 weeks' time or so, we seek to march upon Mersenia and then Ostennis proper. The timeline is short, but Elia can facilitate some of the details why we think it's prudent we do so. Very well. We've had the same rooms that we originally accommodated you months ago. They are at your disposal. You are free guests to come and leave the palace as you please. Do wake early, so that we might begin preparations at once. But rest and recover. Thank you. That is all. And Elia will simply nod to the queen and take her position back in her guest room with Kari through there. And Tanufail just sort of turns away from all of you and seems to just be pondering, arms clasped behind her back. And you're welcome to leave and go to your rooms if you wish, which you've lived in before. And if you want, you can, over the course of this time, unless there's any RP opportunities people want to seize this night, a long rest is fully available for you guys to click on and confirm at this point.
Main thing I want to do is I want to start looking back through all of the notes that I copied on the Guardian project, and start specifically thinking of that in the context of reuniting Hex and Jiri. Thinking of it in the same context of like how the hourglass things work, and just starting to think.
Go ahead and make a general Arcana check.
General Arcana check.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Click it.
Hasn't come through yet. That doesn't mean it won't. Here we go.
Take the first one.
Based on...
I'll make it a 17. If it makes a difference, I'll make it a 17.
Okay. Based on the information contained within those pages, you're going to have to search pretty in depth for applications to this. There might be information within those pages that could grant insight, maybe, but the very nature of it as a gaseous form, vapor-based inhalant is sort of intrinsically different from what's going on here, but there's a lot of overlap in Moira's experiments in terms of Divinor Celestial Dread Iron for the King versus her sort of pet project of these vials and this feral virus. And so there's a lot of overlap. So who's to say it can't facilitate some new brain blasts of yours? But right now, nothing's necessarily occurring to you that's an obvious solution.
Being unfulfilled by a incomplete answer, I will ask a guard or anyone who's there. If anyone in town speaks Infernal or reads Infernal, rather, I could use some help deciphering some text, and I'll see if I can track down someone who can read or comprehend Infernal.
The guard you talk to on your way out of the throne room will actually say, pardon my comment. Not many people study that language here. But I believe the queen that just arrived may.
Yeah, she does, yeah. Okay, I'll make a note to talk to Elia tomorrow.
Oh, that's so cool.
Very well. Greetings as you leave.
Incredible.
I love it.
I'll say greetings in Elvish as I leave.
Perfect.
I'm gonna let everyone else go to the rooms, and I'm gonna stay in the same room as my mom for a minute.
Okay, you sort of linger back for a moment. The rest of you are welcome to go to your rooms. Yeah, any specific conversation you want to have?
I'm just yeah, I'll walk up to her.
Great.
You know, I didn't. Oh wait, the dog's attacking. I'll say I didn't really think we were going to be stuck there for terribly long, but I can't tell you how grateful I am to be home. Thank you for all the aid in helping get us back.
It is good to have you home. My son, I will admit that I am struggling in this moment. For centuries, even millennia, our people have resisted participating in the wars of others. And immediately, I am reminded of why. Within months of our participation, you were taken, and the general. You can just like sort of feel the room darkening a little bit as she is sort of a glimpse of an emotion from her are beginning to be readable on her, and it's affecting the environment with her power. We must recover him, as well as all of the troops.
Can I? And Talberian just doesn't really know what to say. I insisted he go with me, despite I thought I could protect him. And that's why he was with us in the first place.
I feel your similarity to your father is the very reason he did not go with you. I'm sure he wished nothing more than to be at your side, but prioritized the safekeeping of all of his troops. For though we love you children desperately, it is easy math. We must protect the many over a single life. I understand his decisions and yours, but I am being tested in this moment. Let us hope I do not regret this alliance.
If then it is the many instead of the one, then the many of all these nations, more than just our own, are worth our involvement. And I say that partially to convince myself.
You have grown wise. I will keep that in mind. Very well. Get some rest.
Oh, I stopped by Roulette's room on the way and I asked for that journal.
She's working on something.
I'm going through all of your bags until you give me that journal, Roulette.
Do you not know anything about this journal?
Yes, I do. I asked for it to be gotten. Can you not road fly me?
I like the idea that so much shit was thrown in portable holes and bags of holding that Roulette literally doesn't know how to retrieve it because
Oh,
she
it's in
can't
my
think
breast
of
pocket.
it.
I didn't put it in the hole. It's in my breast pocket. I will gladly
Nice.
hand it off to Telperion as he knocks on my door.
And Michael Jacoby, I have just sent you an email.
Thank you. I go read this book in my room until I trance to sleep, rest.
Okay. You're welcome to read. Jiri, Toby, Rome, Roulette, what are you guys doing in your rooms as we sort of conclude this sesh with just a general vibe check and or any RP opportunities before we wake the following day?
Can I make my gloves?
You will need a little bit more time, but the 2 weeks that they suggested
God.
are available are absolutely sufficient.
I'm going to sleep.
So Roulette / Steve, next session that will
I'm
be
going to
available.
bed.
The first thing you do as a level 11 character can be that.
Tonight I am whittling / metal shaping a tiny dart-sized piece of metal to look like a wand. Is what I'm doing this evening.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I am going to, when I undergo my long rest, I'm going to change my circle of the land again to the grassland type.
Oh, away from coast?
Well, I mean, we're no longer at the water, so I feel like it doesn't make any sense.
That's true, but you can, yeah, and that's more all up to you. You can certainly retain previous forms in new environments. You don't have to change to the new environment, but if you want to, that's great.
I would prefer to, just because there's a spell that I have access to. Yeah.
Awesome.
She's not going to be algae in the middle of the forest, critter.
I do need the sea monster walking the elven halls, though.
Sea monsters like sopping wet, like
Yeah.
drips.
Swamp Thing.
She made a mess on the way to her room, so she like takes note and cleans that up. All the water.
You are able to use your terraform for sure.
Sure.
Toby, Jiri, anything?
Jiri curls up in bed, hides under the blankets.
And I will take a chair and get it near-ish, just not oppressively smothering him, but staying within reach if he needs anything, and then starting some very directed and intentional prayer and meditation.
Very well. Roulette. Come morning, we can RP through to what degree we want to for next session. But I'm going to go ahead and email you the document of the translated journal that you have. You can choose to read it ahead of time or wait till the RP conversation to read it at your leisure. But
Oh, okay.
I just want to go ahead and send that to you because there are no more obstacles in your way to that. So
If I do read it, I will hold off on processing until mid-session.
Perfect. All right, and I think that'll do it for today's sesh. If that is an okay stopping point for people, you are fully level 11, long rest, attunements, gear, things you want.
I go to the mirror after I've taken off my armor, and I want to look at what the brand looks like, if it can be seen.
It can be seen, and it just looks like someone literally took a cattle brand and pressed it upon your skin. It is just an infernal arcane glyph, not necessarily a character from language, but rather a symbol. And upon going to bed, derobing or de-armoring, all of you will find that on your form. Right over your heart is a brand of infernal rune.
Yeah,